Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. If you're in the market for a new home, you're probably spending a lot of time looking at real estate listings. But there's one main thing you need to do to narrow down your search. Get pre-qualified for a home loan. Mortgage loan officer Shannon Meissner is here. How does this help you to live well, bank well?
Getting pre-qualified for a mortgage loan is definitely your first step. Pre-qualification allows you to determine early on how much money you can borrow to purchase a home in connection with your monthly budget. This way you know what homes to be watching the market for. We have lots of different loan options to fit everyone's unique needs. This way we can help you accomplish your homeownership dreams and goals. And the best part about pre-qualification is there's no cost. It's quick, easy, and it makes you a smart buyer.
Thanks, Shannon. And of course, our mortgage loan officers like you are here to help you every step of the way. At the Bank of Missouri, we help you live well, bank well. The Bank of Missouri is an equal housing lender.
I'm William Beadle from Tolbert Beadle. It only takes 1 second for a person to be involved in an accident. And when the worst occurs, there's only one person that matters, you. At Tolbert Beadle, we want to be the one you call for help. We're the one to get you the compensation you deserve from the insurance companies. Call us today and find out if you have a case. The consultation is always free. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
Welcome you into Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League since 2016, and the site of this second game of a Sunday triple header. It'll be the Republic Locos at 3-1 in sole possession of first place in the Grip and Rip Baseball League North Division, taking on the winless Moon City Mavericks, looking to punch out of the slump right here, right now. It is a beautiful day for baseball. We're expecting a first pitch of 3:05 p.m. here in the Central Time Zone, so just about 5 minutes away from getting it going. 81 degrees right now under partly cloudy skies here in Ozark. Relative humidity hanging around 58%, and winds are out of the east-southeast at 13 miles per hour. Kind of rare to have easterly winds here in Missouri, but it does happen every so often, and this 81 degrees feels like 84. This is going to be the warmest point of the day right here, right now at 3 o'clock. So we're going to cool down to about 79 degrees by the time this one is over. Barometer right now showing dead on 30 inches of mercury and holding steady, which is great news for us. That means there's absolutely no chance of precipitation today. We're going to get this game into the books, no problem, and then we're going to head into baseball night in the Ozarks to see the Nixa Suckers take on the Branson Showmen in what should be a good one. Let's meet the starters for the Locos. They will lead off with their left fielder from Springfield, Missouri, Zach Ralph. Batting second will be the center fielder from Waynesville, Missouri, Trent Simpson. Batting third is the catcher, originally from Weyburn, Saskatchewan, Canada, now lives in Ozark, Missouri. That's Jared Fox. Batting fourth, from Caracas, Venezuela, the first baseman David Rodriguez. Batting fifth is the designated hitter from El Cajon, California, Jason Rose. Batting sixth is the right fielder Andrew Meyer. Batting seventh is the shortstop from Hartville, Missouri, Tyler Collison. Batting eighth from Steelville, Missouri, Kanan Greer. In the 9 spot is the third baseman, rookie Caleb Kaufman from Wablo, Missouri. And batting 10th is the Locos manager, the second baseman, originally from Chicago, Illinois, Chris Mesa. Pitching today for the Locos and being DH'd for is a native of Portage, Wisconsin, who now calls Joplin, Missouri home, 43-year-old Jon Bortz. For the Moon City Mavericks, they will lead off with their extra hitter. That's Joe Juarez. Batting second is Marshfield, Missouri's own shortstop, Brady Welsh. Batting in the third spot is the left fielder. He will wear number 7 out of Springfield, Missouri, actually from the north side, so playing for the hometown club, Adam Barton. Batting fourth is the pitcher. He will wear number 13, lefty Michael Barnes. Batting fifth and playing center field from Nixa, Missouri, Ryan Cram. Batting sixth from Licking, Missouri, the second baseman Carter Rennie. Batting seventh out of Willard, the catcher Devin Phillips. Batting eighth is the third baseman. Apologies there, from Springfield, Missouri, Evan Barnett. Batting in the 9th spot is the first baseman Sam Hornberger, and batting 10th from Ash Grove, Missouri, the right fielder Jake Thompson. So the Mavericks 0-4, looking to get something going today. They have allowed 39 runs. They have scored 15, so both of those categories are statistical leaders in the league. It's an unfortunate position for Daniel England, the 5-time Howard Bell Trophy winning champion, to find himself in. Some years have passed since Daniel England led the Mavericks to an 8-1 record and the Howard Bell Trophy championship back in 2021. That was statistically the best team the GRBL has ever experienced. But the Mavericks riding that struggle bus this season. This goes without question an absolute turning point for City if they can pull something off today against the Republic Locos. We will step aside, come back, bring you some last-minute pleasantries and a first pitch right after this. It is Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free all day on YouTube. Big thank you to our title sponsor, Henry's Towing. Remember, when you're on a jam in the side of the road, you got to make the right call. You got to let Henry do it, or go to lethenrydoit.com. We'll also say a big thank you to the Bank of Missouri. Live well. Bank well.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away.
Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
I need to change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. If you're in the market for a new home, you're probably spending a lot of time looking at real estate listings. But there's one main thing you need to do to narrow down your search. Get pre-qualified for a home loan. Mortgage loan officer Shannon Meissner is here. How does this help you to live well, bank well?
Getting pre-qualified for a mortgage loan is definitely your first step. Pre-qualification allows you to determine early on how much money you can borrow to purchase a home in connection with your monthly budget. This way you know what homes to be watching the market for. We have lots of different loan options to fit everyone's unique needs. This way we can help you accomplish your homeownership dreams and goals. And the best part about pre-qualification is there's no cost. It's quick, easy, and it makes you a smart buyer.
Thanks, Shannon. And of course, our mortgage loan officers like you are here to help you every step of the way. At the Bank of Missouri, we help you live well, bank well. The Bank of Missouri is an equal housing lender.
I'm William Beadle from Tolbert Beadle. It only takes 1 second for a person to be involved in an accident. And when the worst occurs, there's only one person that matters, you. At Tolbert Beadle, we want to be the one you call for help. We're the one to get you the compensation you deserve from the insurance companies. Call us today and find out if you have a case. The consultation is always free. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
Baseball League side of this Week 5 game between the Moon City Mavericks. They'll be the home team on the scoreboard in their red jerseys, red caps, and white pants against the Republic Locos in their Vegas Golds with navy blue caps, those Vegas Gold Bills, and they're going with gray pants today. A little bit of a new look for the Republic Locos. I believe that is the first time that's ever happened. I'm Rance Berger, my partner for this one, Clay Odell. And Clay, teams in two very different places in the season. Locos 3-1 coming off of their first loss. Mavericks 0-4 looking for their first win. So a potential turning point for both of these clubs here this afternoon. Oop, sorry. I had now try.
Now try it. Can you hear me now?
I got you. Yeah.
You got me? All right. Well, the Mavs definitely need a turnaround here. Going 0-4. I hope they're not feeling like they have no momentum, that they can't play well. You know, confidence is down. You know, strike one, and you know it's just it's a long season for 7-8 games. But I think they'll come out of it. They'll get a couple wins on the board. You know, strike two by
Zach Ralph.
Is it Ralphie on the mound right now?
No, this is Michael Barnes is the pitcher, the lefty. Zach Ralph is the batter.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought there. And he's just attacking him, which is what you want to do. You know, you've got nothing to lose right now when you're 0-4. It's just attack baseball.
Yes, indeed, and a strikeout there. Michael Barnes right out of the gate. Drury University, so has played a lot of baseball games right here in this stadium. Michael Barnes so far in 2024, 4 earned runs across 5 innings of work. He's allowed 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 5. That's been the Achilles heel. He's also thrown 2 wild pitches, resulting in runs coming across. So a 7.20 ERA for Mikey B, facing Trent Simpson, who watches ball 1 go by high. What are you looking for? You want more volume, less volume?
In my ears. Yeah, those boys calling the announcing for outside the stadium. Boy, they got some volume to their voice. Hard for me to hear you through my headset right now.
It's a different press box here as well, with a little more concrete. A little more sound bouncing.
A little different than over there at Metter. But that's all right.
It's 2-0 for Trent Simpson, single season record holder. One of 7 players, rather, to hold that record for hits with 16. out of Waynesville, Missouri. Played college ball at Missouri Valley. He is 5 for 17 this season with a double and an RBI. Struck out just once, so the thing about Trent Simpson is he takes quality at bats just about every time, doesn't get fooled a lot, and more often than not, he's going to put the ball into play and make the defense have to get him.
Which is what he's accomplishing his goal. I mean, you're not going to hit the ball every time, you're not going to strike out every time, but if you can put the ball in play and spray from foul pole to foul pole, you're going to have better odds of getting a hit, but you're forcing the defense to make a play, so you have better odds of at least just getting on base.
Breaking ball swung on and taken the opposite way. Over to get that is the third baseman Barnett in foul territory. Evan Barnett hangs on to make the second out.
That was a good breaking ball, high and up. Got just on top of it. Or hitter got under it.
Right, Michael Barnes.
Was placing it well high and away, breaking ball. And he got under it and just made a little chip shot over there into foul territory and behind third, and got the out for 2.
Bring up the number 3 hitter, Jared Fox, Canada's greatest export. Now calls Ozark, Missouri home. He is 4 for 12, 4 runs batted in. So Jared Fox, this is not just a 2024 thing. That's really been a career thing for him. He is at his best when somebody is on.
Well, when you're in the 3-hole and you've got runners on, there is a really good chance you're going to see much better pitches. Where when there's no one on, you're going to see low balls, breaking balls, everything. You really want to have somebody on, put pressure on him as he hits a ground ball to the shortstop, and he fires over to first and out for number 3. Nice little snag by Hornberger over on first base.
Yeah, Brady Welsh doing the first half of that play. 3 up, 3 down for Michael Barnes and the Moon City Mavericks. We are just getting started. We'll come back and bring you the bottom of the first in a moment.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome!
Jon Bortz has the ball for the Republic Locos. Right-hander originally from Wisconsin. Now calls Joplin, Missouri home. Where he and his wife live with their 4, yes, count them, 4 sons.
Wow, that's awesome.
Never a dull moment, quite literally, in that household. Jon Bortz pitching very well last couple of times out, particularly against the Mountain Ducks. Had 3 shutout innings. Gave up just 2 hits, struck out 3. For the season, 13 innings, he's allowed 8 earned runs on 10 hits, struck out 18, walked just 2, hit 3 batters, so a 5.54 ERA. On August 18th, against the Moon City Mavericks, threw 4 2/3 innings, perfect. Then he hit a batter, then he gave up a couple of hits, ended up giving up 2 earned runs for the day, but he was about a strike away from perfect. And then Moon City was able to touch him there. But Locos ended up winning the ball game. So Jon Bortz looking for more of the same this time through. He is from Portage, Wisconsin, where he graduated from Portage High in 1999, then went to the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse.
Wow.
Has stayed in shape. So, you know, in Wisconsin, like summer men's league usually goes about 3 months. And so both John and his brother got really active in that. They played for a team called the Rio Railmen. So he fit right in with the Republic Locos when he broke into this league. He's used to the whole train imagery thing. But yeah, he and his brother Anthony Bortz were very good. You know, Wisconsin has a league called the Home Talent League. And so if you imagine about 7 or 8 GRBLs kind of clustered around the state. So, they all play each other, divisionally speaking, and then they have a big playoff tournament at the end in August.
Wow, that's pretty neat. But they got to do it during the summer because it gets
Absolutely,
cold quick up
yes.
there.
Well, and in Wisconsin and Michigan, all those Great Lakes states, the mosquitoes get awfully big in the summertime as well. So, yeah, sunscreen and bug spray and work quickly. June, July, and August, that's pretty much it. So here is Joe Juarez. He's the extra hitter today, at least to start things off for Moon City. But I would imagine we're going to see Joe play all over the field before this one is done, including the pitcher's mound.
Well, it's looking the way the flag's moving and the way the jerseys are moving. There's a little bit of wind pulling from
13 miles per hour out of the east.
Yeah, from left field to right field. So, if you want to pitch these boys in, get them to jam, get some easy pop-ups to left field. But if you hit it to right field, he kept that one down. Juarez got a nice little line drive over the shortstop's head into left field for a stand-up single.
Into the wind goes Joe Juarez, base hit, and he's on for Welsh.
But it'll be like that. If you get that if you keep it low enough, you get a regular base hit. But if you keep that ball up, it's an easy fly ball for left, but it also might create some danger in no man's land between shortstop, second base, and center. But if they get it out to right field, it's anybody's game because the ball can curve, the wind will carry it. It might get a little interesting out there.
Brady Welsh watches a slider dip out of the zone, ball 1. Brady, baseball coach at Hartville High School, a few miles east of Springfield. Looked at a steerike there. Umpires for this one, Edward Browning behind the plate, and Brian Lozano is on the bases. He was the plate umpire for the previous game. 2-man crews today from our friends at the Mid-America Umpires Union.
He smacked that one just foul down the line. About a foot right. Might have been over the bag down the line. He might have been looking at a double, maybe even scored Juarez from first. But we'll see if he keeps his timing on Bortz here.
Johnny B, as his teammates occasionally call him, comes set from the midsection. 1-2 pitch, swung on. That is hit sharply to third. Kaufman had trouble with it. Then he threw it into right field. So one mistake, and then he combined it with another. Runners will whoa up and stop. So 2 men into scoring position for the Mavericks. E5 very quickly appears on the board.
And that's one of those plays where you're at third. If you fumble it at all, you can't rush it at that point. You just got to make sure you get it and make a square throw over the bag. Because if you rush it, it just takes being off 1 degree right next to you. But by the time it gets to second, you're 5-10 feet off the bag, sending a line drive throw out into right field. Runners keep moving. So now we've got runners on second and third with no outs.
And Adam Barton is 4 for 9 with 2 RBIs on the season. Swinging a pretty good bat, the kid from Hillcrest.
This is the situation as a 3-hole you really love.
This is the stuff of dreams, isn't it? 1-0 pitch misses high. It's 2-0. Adam, fun fact, very accomplished bluegrass fiddle player. Yes, really.
I'll take it. Come on out to the Sac River Cowboy Church where I go to church. You can join their bluegrass band and lead us in songs on Sunday morning.
Adam plays pretty well. I've seen he's shared a couple of videos to his social media channels. He's got some talent for sure.
Oh, and he's such a nice guy. I played on
that as well.
The Suckers with him last year, and man, he was just buckets of fun. Called for strike one, got a 3-1 count. He's just such buckets of fun. He's got a great sense of humor. He's just so kind. He builds people up. He's an encourager. He's a guy that you really, honest to God, you want on your team.
Barton watched that one go by just inside.
Lays off an inside curveball. That's all right. Well, that will bring the bases loaded for the Mavericks. And now we have the Michael Barnes coming up, hitting in the 4-hole, trying to help his own cause. He needs to help his own cause right now.
Yes, he does.
It's grip and rip, baby. Take a rip. No outs, bases, juice. Let's go after it.
Mikey B looked at a strike. He's 4 for 13 for the campaign. Batted in a couple. He's walked a couple times. Been hit by a pitch. He's only struck out once.
Ooh.
Yep.
He took a rip on that one. That looked
Yes,
like a
he
high
did.
fastball from here.
Yeah, Bortz kind of attacked up, and Michael Barnes not a small guy. He's like probably about 6'5", 6'6", with the spikes on. But he's down in the hole 0-2. Jon Bortz winds and fires. That misses out. As Michael Barnes works for our broadcast sponsor, the Bank of Missouri.
You want to be able to get down the line, get off third base, get down the line, because it might be a short. And he fouls one off.
Yeah, they set him up outside, and he reached out.
But like situation like this, you got bases loaded. If you're standing on third base, if you are at home, kids, and you are watching, and you are listening, anytime you're on third base, your initial lead should be the exact same distance that third baseman is off of third. So if he's standing 15 feet off the bag, get down the line 13 feet, wait till the pitch, get a secondary lead, and as soon as you see the swing, as soon as you hear the catch of the mitt, just turn around and get back to third base so you don't get backdoored. But you're at least down the line so that in a situation like this with no outs, oh my goodness, a pass ball, you just made it all the easier to get home.
2-2 to Barnes. Down on strikes he goes. First strike out of the game for Jon Bortz. His 19th of the season brings up Ryan Cram. But the jam rolls on here, just one gone.
That was a good high fastball, too.
It says good pitch at the right time if you're Jon Bortz, that is for certain.
100%.
Ryan Cram is 1 for 7. He was 6 of 22 a season ago with the Suckers. Second-year ball player out of Nixa.
Getting to be on his team, play with him last year. He's another, as he swings to take strike one, he is another guy that was just quiet, in the duck. He's not a rah-rah shishkamba kind of guy, but I'm going to go out there, I'm going to do my job the best I can to help my team win. And he's just got a good attitude, and he hustles. And he's getting to pitch more this year and doing a great job thus far. So like right there, okay, if you're watching at home, we had now it's a 1-1 count. There was a slider outside. Catcher, he jumped out and snagged it. But if he wouldn't have, that would have rolled to the right side of the field. We would have gone towards the first base side. Man, all runners advance. First base would be left open, and you'd have a run as he swings it.
He had a high fastball, and he fouled it back. Cram slaps his bat in frustration. I think not happy that he pulled the trigger there. So he's now behind here 1-2.
Now it's a choke up situation. Choke up, spread out, guard the plate. Well, let's see if Cram can just poke one in the hole through the infield here and get a couple runs.
1-2 from Bortz. Instead, that is back-to-back strikeouts for Jon Bortz.
That's huge for Bortz right now.
Bases are still loaded, and the batter is Carter Rinney.
All right, are we putting a wager down? Are we flipping a coin? Is he going to get out of the inning without a run with bases juiced?
It's too early for gambling, Clay.
Isn't it illegal in baseball? Let's just flip a coin and see.
Carter Rinney.
I'll bet you a jalapeno out of my
hey, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that one ran in, and Fox knocked it down, kept it in front. Juarez retreats. So we'll keep an eye on the base runner there, as Jared Fox does. Rinney, third-year player. He's with the Branson Showmen his first 2 seasons with his former high school assistant coach Cole Rourke, but wearing Mavericks red here in 2024.
Going with no gloves, bare hand. Just slap the ball in a hole. Find it somewhere. Oh,
up to the strike.
Fastball.
Carter usually he wears they look like the work style.
Leather gloves.
Yeah, that's usually his MO, but maybe he left the work gloves in the car today. I don't know. Even 1-1 with Jon Bortz as Juarez feigns a takeoff. Bortz comes home with a slider, and Rinney fouls that off. That might be on Highway 65.
Yeah. That might, but that was that pitch was outside, but that was a good swing to just reach out there, poke the ball to the right side of the field. You hit a dying quail over second and over first, man, that's at least one, maybe two. You know, this is the situation you got to just choke up, spread out, cover the plate, put the ball in play, and see if you can get a run.
Jon Bortz winds and fires. Rennie again reaching out and slapping one, but it's into the net.
I'm probably supposed to stay impartial when I'm announcing, but I want these guys
always
to do
root for the
well.
hitters. That's
okay.
You want to? I'll root for the pitchers. It'll be fun.
Well, here at this park, all the favor is in the pitcher.
It's true. It is a defensive
the
park.
Yeah.
Another 1-2 from Jon Bortz. Went with an off-speeder and he froze him. So Jon Bortz gave up a single, then an error, then he walked a guy, and then 3 consecutive strikeouts. Kills the rally for the Moon City Mavericks. We are scoreless after 1. Just getting started here. This GRBL clash between the Mavericks and the Locos. Back after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. If you're in the market for a new home, you're probably spending a lot of time looking at real estate listings. But there's one main thing you need to do to narrow down your search. Get pre-qualified for a home loan. Mortgage loan officer Shannon Meissner is here. How does this help you to live well, bank well?
Getting pre-qualified for a mortgage loan is definitely your first step. Pre-qualification allows you to determine early on how much money you can borrow to purchase a home in connection with your monthly budget. This way you know what homes to be watching the market for. We have lots of different loan options to fit everyone's unique needs. This way we can help you accomplish your homeownership dreams and goals. And the best part about pre-qualification is there's no cost. It's quick, easy, and it makes you a smart buyer.
Thanks, Shannon. And of course, our mortgage loan officers like you are here to help you every step of the way. At the Bank of Missouri, we help you live well, bank well. The Bank of Missouri is an equal housing lender.
Michael Barnes back to the hill for Moon City. It'll be the 3-4-5 hitters for the Locos. David Rodriguez, Jason Rose, and Andrew Meyer. As we are scoreless, Moon City Mavericks loaded the bases in the bottom of the first, came away empty-handed following 3 consecutive strikeouts by Jon Bortz. So Mikey B trying to assert himself a little bit for Moon City. He's been a little bit up and down, I think he would tell you, throughout his pitching time here in the GRBL. He's found staying power for sure as a hitter. 9 hits as a rookie with the Mavs, 10 hits in 2023. He's got 5 of them so far here in 2024. So here is David Rodriguez from Caracas, Venezuela. He now calls Ozark, Missouri home. Speaks 3 languages, Spanish, Portuguese, English. Came to the United States to go to NAIA Campbellsville University in Campbellsville, Kentucky. Stuck around. Now works as a loan officer. 1-0 pitch misses down. It's 2-0. So David 2 for 8 with 4 runs batted in this season. He's also walked a couple times, so this is not an unusual situation at all to see him take a few pitches, including a strike like that one.
Like that one.
2-1.
Well, he's definitely a patient hitter. There's no mistake about that one.
He is a count worker and a patient man with the bat, that's for sure.
Ooh.
Michael Barnes bent that one into the zone and got a okay kind of facial expression from Rodriguez there.
Yeah, that's how you know the hitter really doesn't, honest to God, agree with it. He'll turn around, look at the backstop or somebody else, and he'll start nodding his head up and down like, yeah, okay, all right.
He was smart enough not to look at the umpire, but oh goodness, as Barnes stays aggressive. That is his 2nd strikeout of the day. And he mows through David Rodriguez, so that'll bring up Jason Rose. From San Diego County, played college baseball at Utah 3 seasons, 2 years in the minor leagues in the Milwaukee Brewers system. 1 for 6 thus far as a grip and rip player.
Well, this is that you just come off the first inning, your defense really backed you up, and you ended up having, high pop fly to the shortstop.
That is just now starting its descent. But Brady Welsh, no problem for him. Brady Welsh plus fielder at whatever positions he is at, and I like the Mavericks moving him into the shortstop spot here, really letting him kind of be the boss of the infield.
What I was going to say was, they got out of last inning, Locos, bases loaded, and 3 strikeouts, boom, 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 to get out of that inning. You kind of, as a pitcher, come in, you go, okay, boys, I'm working hard today. You guys need to get up there and give me some runs.
Andrew Meyer watches ball 1 go by. So Meyer, another rookie. He is from Dixon, Missouri, and then went to SBU for 2 seasons, and then did 2 years at Missouri Western. Sponsored by Springfield Cornhole.
Well, Barnes, he's got 2 outs right now. He just needs to attack the batters like he has been. There's strike number 2 on a nice slow curveball. And that the wind blowing from right field to left field with his left-handed pitching is going to help him. So if he can really spot that fastball just to get ahead of the counts and keep throwing breaking balls like he is, it's going to be really hard for the Locos to get anything really going against him.
Barnes rooting for the south in the east-southeasterly wind we've got blowing here today. Yep, Meyer fouled that one back to the screen. So Andrew Meyer did a little bit of everything in college baseball. He pitched a total of 90 innings, but he also had 426 ABs. Definitely excited about the pedigree he brings in. No, it is not a strikeout. It's a full count.
Who am I to try to call it from the booth, Rance? Who am I? That looked good from here, but that zone, wind will blow it all around today.
3-2 pitch to Meyer. Swung on, fouled. We'll do it again.
That was a good pitch. That was a good pitch. I'd like to see him throw that same pitch just a little bit lower inside. Maybe fool him a little bit. Not get him to chase to slap it the other way.
I like the job by Barnes staying aggressive. You didn't get the call you wanted. You have to turn around and make 2 more pitches here as Meyer reaches out and pokes one foul. But Michael Barnes staying aggressive. Of course, the longer this goes, the more it favors Meyer. He knows that. 3rd 3-2. Oh my gosh, and I think that was an inadvertent bunt, but then it fell out of Mikey B's glove. He corralled it, got it over to Hornberger in time to get out of the inning. So not without its excitement, but it is a 3-up, 3-down for Michael Barnes and the Mavericks. They will get their next opportunity to try to get some runs. 0-0 is the score. Bottom of the 2nd is next.
I'm William Beadle of Tolbert Beadle. Why would you call anyone else after a car accident? Tolbert Beadle has been right here in Missouri for decades. We know the local courts, and we know how to fight. You don't pay us a penny unless we win money for you. And we're not satisfied until we secure the largest settlement possible. With millions of dollars recovered, you know who to call. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
How about this, just caught a 1-2-3 inning, trying to get in the right headspace to bat, and they're playing a game of musical chairs right in front of your dugout. That is the life that Devin Phillips, the Mavericks catcher, is living right now. And hey, he's got one of his 7 kids just went down and gave him a fist bump for good luck, so I think Devin probably used to having a child distract him from what he's trying to concentrate on from time to time. I would definitely take Devin Phillips in a high-pressure situation because I know he's able to put the work in when he perhaps can't give it his full attention. What just happened there?
I don't know.
So Kevin Robertson was trying to be clever and move the chair around, and he ended up knocking it over.
Oh, poor little gal.
Yeah, she
like
got
I
hosed.
had that one.
She got hosed, that's for sure. So musical chairs right in front of the Mavericks dugout between the innings. Yeah.
That's just outstanding.
Got some players from Horizon FC having a little soccer baseball mashup with us today. So we appreciate them coming out and having a day at the ballpark, a day with the Locos and the Mavs. So here's Devin Phillips as advertised. Electrician out of Willard, Missouri. 11 hits for the Ozark Mountain Ducks a season ago in 26 ABs. Also batted in 8 runs. He was a real bright spot for an Ozark team that struggled a fair bit in 2023. Jon Bortz, who finished the first with 3 consecutive strikeouts, threw him a ball outside.
Well, I'm starting to wonder if Bortz might be feeling a little pressure on that one. He looked like he tried to just really reach back and let it go that first pitch and get out of the zone. Your mechanics get lost, but he comes back and fires another one, and we're sitting at a 1-1 count for Phillips.
Bortz came back with a slider, that one a little more over the plate. Devin Phillips may be a little upset with himself for not staying in and swinging at that. Nonetheless, 1-2. Fielders playing Phillips pretty well straight away. Bortz again with the slider. This is chopped to the third baseman. Kaufman fires across. Rodriguez had to jump, but the alley-oop connects for the out. That's important play for Caleb Kaufman there after committing the error in the first to just settle down, make a throw over to first base, clean exchange, all the things you're supposed to do.
I tell you, third baseman's psyche is rather fragile. If they make one, even on that one, that wasn't a great throw. It pulled the first baseman off the bag. You get one like that, you make an error. That next one that's hit to you, boy, you really start to think like, oh, can I make that throw? I need to make a good throw, and you start overthinking it. And that was a good play by, our first baseman, Rodriguez.
By David, yeah.
Yeah, he hopped off there, grabbed it, and tagged him for the out. But now we're sitting 0-1. He fires. Now we're sitting 0-2.
Yeah, Barnett swung at a slider. Bortz finding something with the moving stuff. Evan 2 for 7 on the season. With a big, funky, open stance. Jon Bortz went right at him and didn't get it. The heat was high.
Now he's threw him high heat on that. Now he's sitting with the 1-2 count. High fastball away. I'd be looking breaking ball, trying to come out of that same tube, look like a high ball, and then just drop into the zone.
Went back to the slider, and he got the strikeout. 4 strikeouts today for Jon Bortz, who now has 22 of them for the season. Maybe trying to take a run at Tyler Abma from the Branson Showman, who's presently the league leader in strikeouts.
All right, Sammy Bammy. Sammy's a good kid.
Sam Hornberger from
oh man, he's a great kid.
Springfield Kickapoo.
Mm-hmm. He part of the adjustment he's had to make from into this league is getting out of that softball swing. This ball comes in a lot faster, so you gotta shorten it up and quicken it up. But as it gets called strike 2 on a slider low and away, number 3, Sam Hornberger, he it's one of those things where it really does take you several at bats to start to see that ball well again and get your hands set in the right spot and not step into the bucket and start remembering to because in softball you can step in the bucket and open up your hips and still hit one 500 feet, but baseball you don't get that luxury.
No.
And it's kind of figuring that out and feeling comfortable again, but oh, he puts the bat on this one.
Put a slider into play. Mesa, boot, and then off the heel of the hand there. So, second baseman for the Locos charged with the error, and Hornberger is on.
That'd be a little bit of...
See, I'm old enough to remember Sam Hornberger as a high schooler at Kickapoo. I remember Jake Thompson at Ash Grove High as well. So Jake was one of those dinosaurs who played 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball. Don't see that a lot anymore. Jake missed last week with an injury. He is back, hitting 1 for 4 for the season. Getting the start today in right field, batting in the 10 spot.
And Sam's, you know, he's sneaky fast. He's got some good wheels over there. If he kind of worked on getting his 1-2 shuffle, getting an extra step lead set, I'd be giving him the green light to take 2.
Bortz kind of overthrew the fastball there. It's outside, 2-0 to Thompson. Jake's also drawn a walk, been hit by a pitch, struck out twice, so a little bit of everything thus far in his sampling of plate appearances. There's a foul ball that's going to get well out of play. Upper concourse, first base side.
I just love, that is one of the most fun things about baseball. And I love here at the Grip and Rip. If you haven't been to the park, come out. And if you are a people watcher person, just watch the people here and watch those kids go after foul balls.
Jake Thompson sat back on the slider but ended up fouling that off.
The kids got so much energy, and you think, God, can you cut off a slice of that pie for me?
Yeah.
I need that energy. But they will run from foul pole to go get these foul balls, and it is a competition for all of them, and they're just having a blast. And it's kind of one of these places where mom and dad can come, go, let the kids run around, have a good time. We can sit and enjoy a baseball game.
Go get some 50-cent foul balls. If you want to go to the concession stand? Go earn it.
Yeah, exactly right.
3-2 count here. Jake Thompson and Jon Bortz.
Hey, and they wrangle in the dads, don't they? Hey, if you're a dad and you bring in a foul ball,
that's only during the 3rd inning, the thirsty 3rd. That's coming up here in a few. Thompson sends one up the middle, and Bortz did well to snag that. Might be a little bit of look what I found, but he's going to jog off the mound like he meant to do that.
What a great
Jon
play.
Bortz gets Jake Thompson on the 1-3. We stay scoreless. Headed to the thirsty 3rd inning. Clay and I will maybe tell you about that when we come back.
Your local hot seat dealer is an expert with hands-on cleaning knowledge to help you select the ideal pressure washer for your job. Take confidence in knowing you have a resource for all your cleaning needs. Service can be scheduled in-house or on location by a factory-trained technician using genuine hot seat parts. Be sure to ask about scheduled maintenance plans, as well as a variety of accessories to clean more efficiently. And don't forget the soap. We have detergents for every cleaning need and have a bulk delivery program. Customized wash bays and mobile cleaning systems are also available. Build a partnership where you're a name, not a number. Contact your local hot seat dealer to see why nothing cleans like a hot seat.
Good back and forth going here. Michael Barnes and Jon Bortz, plus the respective defenses behind each mound man. Barnes, the lefty, Bortz, the righty for the Locos. It is Michael Barnes back out to work here in the top of the 3rd. Scheduled to face Meyer, Collison, and Greer for Republic. So it all starts off. Yep, check that. This is Collison. Yeah, Collison, Greer, Kaufman, excuse me. So Tyler Collison, the shortstop, stands in, swings and misses at Steerike 1. He went to Evangel University and is 4 for 14 on the season. Second-year man, played for Moon City as a rookie. Barnes threw him a beautiful breaker on the outer half. Jumping ahead here, 0-2. Activity in the Mavericks bullpen. Right-hander Joe Juarez up and starting to throw.
He threw that high. Left-handers love to do this. They get 2 strikes. They throw that high outside fastball. I'd be looking for a curve or slider in on that.
That was another curve. Collison got under it. Barnes is going to call for this one himself. Makes the catch just inside fair territory for the first out. So here comes the deceptively dangerous Kanan Greer, native of Steelville, Missouri.
Rocking the Griffies.
5.
Rocking the Griffies. Good for him.
Had 6 hits his rookie season. He's got 2 so far. Limited plate appearances, but he's got something about Kanan. He's got a fast pair of hands. He's just good at getting out in front of pitches. He sees the ball well.
Well, this game is all about having quick hands at the plate.
Slapped that one. That was a laser foul on the first base side.
Yeah, heads on a swivel, girls. That's the thing, is this you know, the backstop net only goes so far down next to the dugout, and it only comes so high. So sometimes foul balls will shoot over there real fast, and you got to have your head on a swivel because we don't want to see anybody going down.
Stadium being as big as it is sort of lends itself for a little more opportunity for fan interaction. The 2-1, yes. Oh my goodness, no, 3-1.
Greer thought he was out. He thought he was done.
Kanan Greer knows he just got a bit of a gift. Michael Barnes stepped off to think about it for a second. He's back on. So here comes a 3-1. That's a heater. Swing and a miss there. Greer immediately gets back into the stance and says, give me one more of those. 3-2 coming up here.
You got to be sitting on a breaking ball right now. He's gonna flutter one up there because he's thinking the hitter's gonna quicken up. There was a little bit of one. It looked like he went back to his fastball, but it didn't look like it had much on it. Might have just been
a slider.
Yeah. Well, right here, you know, you got 1 out, nobody on, 3-2 count. Just give him your best pitch. See what happens. Oh, calling time.
Time is called.
Give him your best pitch, see what happens. Or, you know, you're still early in the ball game. Just look down at him and go, fastball right down the middle. It's either you or me at this at bat.
Barnes kicks and deals. That again looked like it was off speed. Greer fouled that one back. A lot of foul balls going to the first base side.
Well, that's even with multiple foul balls, it's a good at bat. You're making the pitcher work more.
Barnes went to a breaking pitch and he walked him.
Looked like he was trying to get on top of a curveball there, and it didn't curve, and he was kind of griping at himself as that one landed out of the zone. He knew he didn't get control of it.
First base runner Michael Barnes has allowed today, so we will see him work from the stretch for the first time against Caleb Kaufman, sponsored by Worley Farm and Lawn Equipment in Wablo, Missouri. Kaufman hitting .300. He's 3 for 10. And it's a wild pitch, getting away from Phillips, allowing Greer to motor on down into scoring position.
Now, right here, all right, if you're Kaufman, you only got 1 out. You know, you've heard enough from your teammates coming in and coming out. He's got a good fastball, but there's a lot of slider movement, a lot of curve movement. Let that ball come into you and just smack it the other way and try to get a run.
Instead, Kaufman launches this one. It's not going to get off the infield. Brady Welsh, the shortstop, camped out and made the grab. Second out, making the situation much more manageable for Michael Barnes and the Mavericks. Runner on second, 2 gone. Batter is Chris Mesa. Although certainly not an easy out. Mesa 3 for 7 here in 2024. He's the manager, so he's sort of been picking his spots into where to put himself. He's batting himself 10th today and playing second base. Looks at a strike. Chris, Spanish teacher and a baseball coach at Greenwood Lab School in Springfield. So we like to tease him about all the years he worked to finally get that teaching certificate and get himself out of the cheese factory. Worked for Kraft for a number of years.
Oh, wow.
It's down here 0-2. Michael Barnes trying to put the cheese man down. Instead, he swung on and fouled it back.
If you leave it up in the zone a little bit, Chris is going to get a bat around. He'll hit it the other way. He'll pull it. You got to keep it low and away. You got 2 strikes on, a man on 2. Don't even look at that guy at second base. Just go after Mesa here.
He does with the heater. And Michael Barnes, first trip through the order, you got to say it. That is a good 3 innings by Michael Barnes. Outstanding stuff for a team that came into this thing winless. We are presently scoreless, headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's Grip and Rip Baseball, right here live and free on YouTube.
I'm William Beadle from Tolbert Beadle. It only takes 1 second for a person to be involved in an accident. And when the worst occurs, there's only one person that matters: you. At Tolbert Beadle, we want to be the one you call for help. We're the one to get you the compensation you deserve from the insurance companies. Call us today and find out if you have a case. The consultation is always free. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Through the first 2.5, Jon Bortz on for the Locos. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, it is back to the top of the order for the Moon City Mavericks, who will send up Joe Juarez, Brady Welsh, and Adam Barton. Don't forget, coming up tonight at 6, it'll be the Nixa Suckers taking on the Branson Showmen on baseball night in the Ozarks. Both of those teams 3 wins against a single defeat. It's the 2nd meeting of the season between those teams, so goes without saying, first place in the GRBL South is on the line in a game with significant playoff implications. So here's Joe Juarez, 1 for 1 today, 6 for 16 for the season. Looked at a slider for a strike. Edward Browning, the plate umpire, quick to point there.
That was a good first pitch. Pitching backwards. Oh!
Yeah, Bortz went with the heat. Juarez was ready for it as he lines one into center field. Base hit. So Juarez is 2 for 2. It's deja vu all over again as he sets the table. Leadoff man gets on. See what Brady Welsh can do about it.
That was a good line drive up the middle. I mean, there's no greater hit to me to show the pitcher that you are on to him than hit a line drive right past his ear hole up to the middle out into center field. I would go for a bunt in this situation. We haven't seen many bunts around here. Third baseman's playing deep. We've got no outs.
Yeah, Welsh did sort of show bunt there, but the pitch was well outside. Yeah. Locos were onto it though as Kaufman started to charge.
The third keeps backing up. He keeps backing up. Man, I would not square around quick, but right about now.
Instead, Welsh watches it go by 2-0.
I mean, showing bunt's always a good decoy for a lot of things to get defenders to pull to see what they're doing. But right here, you got nothing, no outs.
Looked at a called strike 1. Slider from Bortz. So he's been working a lot of just fastball slider or slider fastball.
Well, the fastball is the most, next to strike 1, it's the most important pitch. It's the easiest one to spot.
Best pitch is a strike. This is a tailor-made. Mesa power feeds to the shortstop Collison, but the throw does not get to Rodriguez in time. Nice hustle by Welsh to break up the double play. I like the job by Mesa there at second base. You know, fielded it cleanly and then did the old power feed.
Yep.
Just not quite quick enough for Tyler Collison to get it to Rodriguez in time. So a runner on first with one down for Adam Barton. He took a walk his first time, so getting his second look at Jon Bortz.
Now you look at it and you have your 3-hole hitter, and you know when you have Barton coming up, he's hitting very well this year, hits the ball hard, but if you'd have laid down a bunt right there and gotten a guy over to second base, you might have gotten the out at first, might have made a bad throw at first, you never know, but at least you know you moved a runner over and you have one out, and say, let's just hypothetically say, while we got time, while they're taking some time on the diamond.
Yeah, this is the umpires called this, by the way.
Now you have an out at first base, but you've got a runner on second, and you have your 3-hole hitter coming up. That puts pressure on the pitcher to go, uh-oh, wait a minute, this is 3, 4, 5, and I've already got a guy on second base. What am I going to throw? Puts pressure on him. You can draw a walk. You can make him make mistakes to actually throw you the pitches that you're looking for. Drive some in and start to get a rhythm going. But when you have that opportunity and you don't seize it, you can end up in a situation just like now, where now you have a 1 out with a guy on first. Ground ball, easy double play and you're out of the inning. Or at least get the lead out at second, you know.
That conference between the umpires, I believe, was revisiting the safe call over at first base, and they reiterated that when the huddle broke up there.
Well, I'm glad they reiterated it, because we could see it clear
I
as
was
day
say
up
it
here
was
from the booth.
Pretty much bigger than Dallas, I thought. So. Nothing in 1 to Barton. Bortz took a second look over his shoulder and then flipped him a slider for a strike.
That was a good pitch.
It was a great pitch. Activity in the Locos bullpen, by the way, as right-hander Jason Rose up starting to get loose. So both teams may be going to the pens here, as we've got a little duel going. But for the moment, it's Bortz versus Barnes. Comes back with a fastball that Adam Barton spoils foul. Again, first base side, man, that is the place to be for foul balls today.
Look at all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kids at 11 running over there.
We got it's the soccer meets baseball game. Horizon FC having a big club outing here to the Grip and Rip. So we got a bunch of soccer balls over there. Got a bunch of soccer players. They are making bank. 50 cents at a time with every foul ball they return. So 1 and 2 for Adam Barton. Runner on first is Welsh. 1 out. Scoreless in the 3rd inning, Jon Bortz. 4 head nods before he delivered a slider, and he struck him out.
That didn't really. From here, it didn't really look like he went all the way around.
No,
but he sure called it quick behind the plate, and Barton's not looking too happy.
No, he is not.
But if there's one thing I can tell you about Barton, this just shows you how good of a guy he is. He'll take his 10 steps, and by the time he gets into the dugout, that at bat's over, guys. I got to focus on what I got to do next. He's got a good headspace.
5 strikeouts for Jon Bortz. Offers up a slider outside to Michael Barnes. One of 3 Mavericks to strike out with the bases loaded in the first. So this middle part of the Mavs order looking for some redemption straight away. Bortz bent a slider on the inner half to the right-handed hitting Michael Barnes. Such a strange man. Throws left-handed, bats right-handed.
Ooh.
Got lots of guys out here who do the opposite. Throw right, bat left, but
that is my son, actually. He's 8 years old, throws right. We put him on the left side of the plate from the time he was in diapers, and he's never moved back over.
1-2 pitch is up and out. So we're even 2-2.
Tried to get him to throw left-handed, and he did till about the time he was in kindergarten. Then he slowly started to shift right-handed, and that was it.
Barnes fouls that one
Oh!
off. Oh, Joe Emery, he's over there coaching first base. Made a business decision, as the boys like to say. That ball, if they're not careful, that's going to teeter. Well, okay, it comes to a stop. So it is 1-2. Apologies. I got ahead in the count. A couple pitches back. So this is the second 1-2 pitch to Michael Barnes. It is a fastball outside. Now we're 2-2.
I don't know if you can see it home from the camera, but when you look right into the batter's eye, the camera's up high so you see trees, but when you're down there on ground level and you see those clouds just like that in dead center field at this time of day with shadow casting, it is so difficult to pick up the ball. See the spin, there's a different light on top of the ball. Sometimes the sun will shine directly onto the face of those clouds, and it's super bright back there. It is very challenging as hitters to see the ball clearly in this ballpark.
3-2 swung on, fouled back by Michael Barnes.
And that's why you see a lot of foul balls and a lot of strikeouts here. I don't know. Statistically, we'd have to look it up. I wonder if we had more hits analysis, but at Metter than we've had here.
I felt like we had a lot of infield singles at Metter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have always noticed more fouls. You know, different sample sizes and all that as Kaufman fields that grounder and gets it over to Rodriguez. But yeah, you know, going into this season, my general consensus thought when looking at the talent we had on the pitcher's mound and the talent we had with position players, I thought, you know, we're going to see fewer strikeouts in 2024, which we have. And I thought we're going to see more balls in play, which should mean more hits, but probably also some more fielding errors.
Yeah.
And we've seen all that, but yeah, something about this park, it just generates a lot more foul balls. I don't know, it's a lot more noticeable over here.
It can really show
you. So we see
you
longer ABs, and you know, eventually that should play into the batter's favor a little bit more, but it also does drum up more strikeouts.
We do hope, but you will see a lot of foul balls because guys they're on the ball, but they're not. Baseball is a game of millimeters. They're just not there enough to get it in play.
So it is a Henry's towing pitching change for the Moon City Mavericks, and I think this has to be more of either like a pitch count or just an endurance thing, not on account of performance, but they are taking off Michael Barnes and they are bringing on right-hander Joe Juarez. So 3 scoreless innings today for Michael Barnes. He struck out 3, walked 1, and that was the lone base runner that he allowed. So 3 very good innings for Michael Barnes. Most certainly something for him to build off of going forward. But it's going to be Joe Juarez's ball.
So is this the point they do the thirsty third thing? Or?
This no, we went through the thirsty third. So
that was the
thirsty third.
Okay, I didn't know if they started at the beginning, middle, end, and I kind of got lost on my innings there.
We were too bad. I don't think the soccer players. I don't think the kids were getting free beer.
Well, I hope not.
But yeah,
that's a fun league, parents.
Maybe they sold their parents some baseballs for $1 or $2.
Well, I was looking forward to the thirsty third to bring in some Harry Carey into the mic here today.
Now that we've had the third, I think it's about time for Harry to show up.
Time for a nice cold Budweiser. King of beers here. We got number 9.
Gonna crack it into the microphone.
Is it getting a little? There we go.
There you go.
This Bud's for you. I promise not to finish it by the 3rd out of this inning, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's not a race, Clay. Here's Zach Ralph standing in against Joe Juarez. So Joe, for the season, 10 earned runs in 13 1/3 innings of work. He's got a 6.75 ERA. 23 hits, 8 strikeouts, a couple of walks, and 1 wild pitch that resulted in a run coming across. Last time out, however, Juarez very good against the Mets. 3 scoreless innings, just 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. So perhaps a little bit of a return to form for Joe Juarez as he strikes out Zach Ralph to start the party here in inning number 4. You know, the other thing, this is a big personal preference, I know, for Daniel England, the Mavericks manager, is he likes to divide up the game sort of in 2/3 with the idea that the opposing team is only going to get one trip through the lineup with each pitcher that he sends on. So the idea is to mix up the looks. So he let all the Locos get a look at Michael Barnes. Now he's showing them something different, sending Joe Juarez out there. That is a liner up the middle off the bat of Trent Simpson, a single wherever you play.
That was a good opposite field piece of hitting. I mean, it's not full opposite field like hitting it to third or directly, but just left center field over the shortstop, line drive. He just threw the barrel down to that pitch and put a good swing on it. Wonderful, wonderful hit. Now he's on first, but he's got one out. You know, test that pitch a little bit. Take another shuffle step off of first and maybe get a stolen base here.
Joe Juarez has got a pretty decent pickoff move. I've also seen him, yep, there it was right there. Also seen him get a runner to take off and then use his legs to run that runner down himself. That happened earlier this year. There's a 1-0, swung on and fouled off the bat of Jared Fox.
See what I mean right there? That ball, that wind, it got up enough and it just seriously tailed down the first base line, and then by the time it got past first, it made a major hook to the right.
Yeah.
Like if you could get one just right to curve down the line into Bear territory as he checks back to first base.
Yeah, that was Hornberger applied a tag with purpose there. Simpson had to dive for the backside of the bag.
Sam's not afraid to let the runner know, hey, I'm here. You catch the ball and slap you around a little bit.
Slider from Juarez. Barnett gonna have to hurry. He will not get it there in time.
That was a good hop by Sam. He had to come off the bag inside and reach and, you know, save the throw from going into, you know, the dugout or bouncing off the wall and shooting down the line. But that's those plays like that happens right there. They fumble it, and they try to quicken up and hurry. And when you quicken up and hurry like that, the tendency, more often than not, you're going to make a bad throw. It's like, still, just get your feet planted, grab that thing, make a good throw. If you get them out, you get them out. If not, it's okay. But it's not worth the risk of making a bad throw.
David Rodriguez bats here with 2 on. They scored that in error, charging it to the third baseman Barnett, by the way. So 2 on for the Locos. Rodriguez pulls one. That is absolutely walloped, but it is foul. Barely stays in the stadium, and David is down here 0-2. Scott Wilson has come on and is courtesy running for the catcher Fox, so he's the tail runner. Simpson, the lead runner, coming off of second base here in this scoreless ball game, 1 out. So really the first opportunity we've seen the Locos have is Michael Barnes allowed just a single base runner in his 3 innings of work. 2 veterans going at it here. Juarez has got a pretty good slider if he can set it up. That was not it.
Well, like right here, even though there's 1 out, okay, third's still playing deep. Get a secondary lead off the second. Try to take third. You're left-handed. Lay down a left-handed bunt down the third base line and make some motion happen on the diamond. But instead, he watched it look like a high breaking ball for strike 3 on that one.
Yes, he did. And David Rodriguez is frustrated as he
was exchanging some intense moments of fellowship with the home plate umpire.
And kind of took off the batting helmet in a way that showed his dissatisfaction. Here's Jason Rose, who has been in the bullpen getting ready, so I got to think he's the next pitcher on for the Locos.
You know, don't get me wrong, folks. We talk about players here and how fun everyone is, and honest to goodness, they really are. But it is baseball. There's a competitive streak, so you will see some intense moments.
Simpson takes off for third. He will swipe the bag as the throw from Phillips offline. But yes, all these guys are competitors, and especially when you only get 1 day out of the week where you're guaranteed to play a baseball game.
Yeah.
You're going to come out here and let it fly.
Yeah, and you don't want to walk up to the plate feeling that you've got 2 battles to face, the pitcher and the umpire. And when Rod walked off, that was an intense moment of fellowship. That was great.
That is popped way up. Juarez himself in foul territory off the mound makes the catch. And Joe Juarez was a college outfielder, showing you why right there. Zeros on the board. It is 0-0. Mavs and Locos headed to the bottom of the fourth. Back with more in a moment.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sarnia McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Towing pitching change for the Republic Locos. They call on right-hander Jason Rose out of the bullpen, as we suspected. From San Diego County, California originally. Born in El Cajon, went to Granite Hills High School, University of Utah for 3 seasons in the Pac-12, where he started 46 games and had a 3.23 ERA across 287 innings of work. Selected by the Milwaukee Brewers in the 8th round of the 2017 MLB Draft. 2 years at the rookie level in the minors, 34 2/3 innings pitched across 8 starts with a professional ERA of 5.45. Thus far, as a grip and ripper, he's got 7 innings pitched, a 3.86 ERA, 3 earned runs on 8 hits. He has struck out 12, walked 1, and plunked a guy. Had an outstanding outing September 8th against the Branson Showmen. 4 innings, he didn't allow a run, gave up 1 hit, struck out 8, and walked a batter. He was a starter that day. Today, Locos elected to start Jon Bortz, and Chris Meza told me that that was strictly just an effort to grab a little bit of momentum here in these middle innings. He wanted to save Jason Rose back for this juncture in the game, as he faces Ryan Cram here. Now, what that does, first of all, the Locos retain that 3+ tag by bringing Rose here in the 4th. So that means he can throw up to 5 innings. He could get the team all the way through the end of the 8th if he's pitching well, keeping the pitch count down, feels good, and all that good stuff. So that is the idea here, rather than starting Rose by bringing him on here in the middle and in a scoreless 0-0 ball game.
And me personally, I like that strategy, especially if you have a number 2 that can hold the fort down for 3 innings to start.
I'll say Jon Bortz did his job with 3 scoreless innings to get it going. You know, gave up some hits, but he bent and didn't break.
Yeah, and I mean, if you can have that, I think you're just upping your chances of winning the ball game overall. Because like we've just been talking, as Cram goes down on strike 3. As we've been talking during the breaks, that all the advantages in this park go to the pitcher. And so if you have, in this park, if your pitchers are on and you can get 2 to 3 pitchers to really work together through the course of 9 innings and sew things up nicely, I mean, it really comes down to, not just the luck, but the true, honest-to-God hitting.
Yeah, who's going to manufacture one at the right time?
Exactly. And that's just what happened our last game. And he goes for the bunt.
And he did show a bunt, and that caught everybody off guard, but problem was he bunted it into the lower concourse. But not a bad thought.
But with all of the advantage going to the pitcher, it was just like last game, with the Ducks and the Mets, no runs for 8.5 innings. But I think it was the bottom of the 5th inning that the Mets just got on one little rallying cry and scored 7. But it was goose eggs the rest of the score. the rest of the game.
Right.
And that's how it is out here.
Rennie lifts one. This could be trouble, and that's going to get down, and then fielders collide for the Locos. Carter Rennie, a little Texas leaguer, caused a problem for Chris Mesa and Andrew Meyer. Neither of them came up with it, and the Mavericks, rather, have got some speed on second base with Carter Rennie.
Are they going to rule that a hit or an error?
That's already been scored a hit. There's an H up there, Clay Odell.
All right.
Love the Texas leaguer.
Nothing like a dying quail over there. Ground ball with eyes.
He is on for Devin Phillips.
All right, man on 2, 1 out. This provides for a good situation as Rose throws a high fastball for ball 1 against Devin Phillips. This is where Rose needs to settle in and really forget about that guy out. Don't think too much about him.
Yeah,
just go after your hitters.
It's not going to do him much good to worry about, giving up a Texas leaguer. Two fielders hit each other, right? Sometimes that happens.
Well,
but
it's
the money for Jason Rose is to be made right here at the plate.
100%, and that's the thing. Just get him at the plate. You still got the advantage, and you get an out here, and your guy moves to third.
Rennie takes off, and then bouncer Jared Fox was thinking about the throw before the ball was in the mitt, and Carter Rennie steals one.
That's good for him. I like the heads-up base running, but now you got a guy on third. And, 2-1, even if a pass ball or a base hit, that's just one run. Don't get into your head. Just keep attacking hitters. Make that your number one focus.
Pulled to the shortstop. Collison fires across. They do get the out, but Rennie does score. It is 1-0 for Moon City.
And Rennie was the one who scored there, so...
Yes, sir. Well, and realistically, I think Collison didn't have a play at home.
No.
Rennie read that well. He was going all the way, so Collison did the right thing to go get Phillips.
100%, and that shows you the importance of stolen bases. And taking bases, being aggressive on the base paths. As Rose gets strike one, it just, against Barnett, it really shows you, hey, you get to second, get off that bag, steal third, get in a more successful running position to score.
Nice job by Carter Rennie making that happen. Barnett has fallen behind here 0-2.
One of the things that drives me nuts is when guys get on in good spots and you can steal and they just don't steal. It's like, man, we need some signs or something. We need to force guys to run.
Jason Rose strikes out Evan Barnett. He's got 2 strikeouts thus far across 1 inning of work, but he does give up 1 earned run there. Carter Rennie coming home after that Texas leaguer double and a stolen base. 1-0 Moon City. Locos will try to make their rebuttal in the 5th when we come back.
Remanufacturing isn't just a process, it's a legacy. From the seasoned hands of our experts to the eager spirit of the new generation, we bridge the gap by bringing together knowledge and innovation. We are one team with diverse experiences. We are moving toward one goal to ensure our future thrives. We are on one mission to pass down wisdom and embrace the new, ensuring the earth flourishes for generations to come. We are CNH Reman.
I need a change. My workouts are too boring.
Oh, I've got an amazing workout for you. Hot yoga. I've lost weight and I'm more flexible.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome!
Back on for the Moon City Mavericks, and same deal applies here for Moon City. I mean, yeah, Michael Barnes threw 3 no-hit shutout innings, but by bringing on Juarez in the 4th, the Mavericks could, in theory, throw him for 5 innings, which is exactly what they did a week ago in a game they ended up losing to the Springfield Metropolitans. But Juarez is a guy who's got the rubber arm and could be a 5-inning pitcher if that's what's warranted here. So we'll see what they do. We will see how both Juarez and Rose settle in here in the middle part of this ball game and what managerial decisions await us. Andrew Meyer launches one into the stratosphere. Ryan Crabb stepped forward, stepped back, did everything but a do-si-do before he made that catch. That easterly wind giving everybody fits today.
In the words of Perry Carey, that was a high pop fly to center field.
So the batter is Collison.
I'm sorry, I miss Harry, I miss Buck, I miss Ben, I miss all those guys. They were more colorful than I am.
Definitely with you on the Jack Buck and the late great Mike Shannon as well. Stierreich there.
I was asking my students this week, you know who Harry Carey is, and now I'm getting nothing but deer in the headlight looks. I went, oh my gosh, you guys haven't even heard of Vin Scully? Maybe. I mean, he's calling games in your life. But nope, no one.
Swing and a miss there, Juarez with the breaking stuff. Boy, Collison just didn't look comfortable there. Not sure what's going on.
Well, and Juarez is attacking hitters. He's just going straight at him. He's not trying to be too cute, not trying to throw the perfect pitch. He's just attacking his hitters. And when you do that, you're going to get ground balls and pop flies and strikeouts. It's going to go at a much quicker pace than if you're trying to be too precise, you know. Threw the first pitch for a ball. Fires back around here.
And then Greer slaps one the other way into right field, and that's what we're talking about, the fast hands of Kanan Greer. Now 1 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk first time. Now he's on again.
And that was a great opposite field hit there. Just threw the barrel down. It was away. Threw the barrel down. Slapped it right past the first baseman, they've moved Sam Hornberger. He is no longer.
They've not. That's Michael Barnes.
That is Barnes. They moved Hornberger. Looks like over to third.
No, that's still Barnett. I think Hornberger is in the dugout.
Oh, is he? Nope, that is Barnett down there. They've all got a little bit of long hair, rocking some mustaches. It's kind of hard for me to see.
Yeah, all the Mavericks 20-somethings are going for the exact same look, save for Carter Rennie with the high socks. Nothing in one slider slapped, and this is Barnett with it at third. Thought about the double play. Instead, he's going to throw across to Barnes, who squeezes that for out number 3. Doesn't matter who's out there. The Mavericks defense looking good today. That is now 5 scoreless innings for them. They lead 1-0. Back with the bottom of the 5th. Will Harry Carey show up? We don't know.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. The risk of losing your hard-earned money to scams is real, especially the scammers sending out fake communications. And that's why we're talking to our Director of Fraud Mitigation, Corey Gerstenschlager. He's got some good practices to help keep your money safe.
Thank you, Nicole. Yes, often we're seeing that people are being contacted by scammers through text message, phone calls, or emails, posing as legitimate companies or even your bank, trying to persuade you into providing sensitive information like passwords and things of that nature, sometimes even asking you to send them money. If you receive any kind of communication like this and you didn't ask for it, that's a good red flag that it isn't legitimate. So when you have those situations, get an actual number that you trust for that company, call them and verify the accuracy of the information that you're receiving. Good rule of thumb is make sure to check your accounts frequently and report any suspicious activity.
Thanks, Corey. At the Bank of Missouri, we help you live well, bank well.
Oh goodness, the chosen one, Mila Lewis, winning the kids race. It's still going. I think there were like 40 kids in the kids race. But yes, it is the chosen one, Mila Lewis. She will probably end up being the commissioner of this league one day, but I tell you what, with that speed, she might be the starting center fielder for the Mavericks in 2025.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Mila can haul at winning in a crowded field there.
No, she took off, and I mean, about the first 10 feet, she had a full link in front of anyone, and she just kept creating separation. She was booking. That was great.
That race was won kind of between the halfway point between first and second and about the shortstop spot.
Is that Tony Lewis getting ready to be the leadoff as he moved to the extra hitter?
He is in the on-deck circle. They've also got Joe Emery, so I think we're going to see Lewis pinch hit for Hornberger and then Emery hitting for Thompson. So moves are afoot in the Moon City Mavericks camp. Also send up a lefty against the righty Rose. So playing the matchup there a little bit, but see if Tony's got anything for Jason Rose. Tony not shy about it. He wants a hit, and he wants said hits to happen for him today. 27 hits in his GRBL career, but he's been cold here in 2024.
He's made contact, though.
Yeah.
It's not like when we say that, yeah, my first inclination, oh, you're not hitting, you're just striking out. Nope. He's putting the bat on the ball. He's hit many ground balls. Matter of fact, you can see Chris Mesa right now, he's playing kind of like a shift past second base.
Yeah.
He's playing deep because Tony does hit the ball hard, and he hits it hard right there. So
it's the big tell. Look at the center fielder, Trent Simpson. He's way back there, maybe 10 feet in front of the warning track. Just saying, bomb one right here.
Maybe Tony will keep his front shoulder closed and slap it the other way.
2-0 pitch from Jason Rose is up and out of the zone, so they've gone high. Lewis ahead in the count here, 3-0. Look for him to keep it on his shoulder here.
Doing a little Craig Counsell action there at the plate.
They miss outside, so Jason Rose.
Hey, it's not a hit, but he's on.
He is, and you know Tony's been hit by a pitch. He's drawn. He's actually.
That's right. Actually,
yeah. He got cleaned out to break up a perfecto. So he's been hit twice, and now he's got 2 walks as he draws there against Rose. So here is Joe Emery, franchise player for the Mavericks. Has kind of been off and on with some injury, but 4 for 11 for the season. All of his hits have been singles. Does have a run batted in. Pulls this one into left field. Over to get that is Ralph, and he makes a nice catch on the run. 1 away.
Tony went a little more than halfway. He was almost all the way to second when he caught that. He had to book it to get back to first.
He was thinking about challenging there. He's having a good conversation with his friend David Rodriguez over there at first. So we're back to the top of the order, and Joe Juarez is 2 for 2 for Moon City today.
He's had 2 singles, but he's hit 1 to left center, 1 to right center. So right now you're sitting on the defense thinking to yourself, but the guy can hit it anywhere. Be on your toes.
7 for 17 is Juarez.
He's got a good bat. He's got a good quick bat as well. So it is difficult to pitch to him. I mean, that's why he's in the leadoff spot.
That's kind of a new thing for Joe. You know, typically we have seen him bat anywhere from like 3 through 7 in his career. He's been all over the place. Just athletic guy, you got to plug him in somewhere, right? But yeah. I like this move by Daniel England, using him as a table setter, and it seems like Juarez likes it too. This is in the air into right field. Meyer had eyes on it, camped out.
Had that inside-out swing. You can tell he was wanting to go there. Just got under it just enough, and that happens. And that, I tell you, there's nothing more frustrating as a hitter than when you do hit it the other way, when you're trying to do that, and you just miss it by 1/8 of an inch, and it's just a routine fly ball to the right fielder. That'll make you want to gag a gnat.
So here's Welsh, 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error first time. Looked at a Steerike there.
Yeah, his first one he reached on that the error by the third baseman, but the next time it was the fielder's choice on that double play, and still able to get on though.
Brady cranks one up the middle. Mesa will elect to throw over to first. That's in time, and the Locos get themselves out of the inning. So leadoff walk, but after that, no harm done. It remains 1-0. in the Mavericks' favor, this GRBL North Division tilt. We're back with the 6th inning right after this.
I'm William Beadle of Tolbert Beadle. Workplace injury? You can't afford to be financially set back. In Missouri, our workers' compensation laws are found in Chapter 287 of the Missouri statutes. You need an attorney who knows these laws and has worked with them over the past 25 years to help injured workers. The call is free. The results are exceptional. We've won millions of dollars for our clients over the years. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
Acme Towing Company. That's too far away. Let Henry's do it.
Nah, we're ready to close.
Let Henry's do it.
Henry's is ready to take your call right now. From compacts to semis, Henry is here to help 24/7. Save yourself the hassle and make us your first call. Henry's gets there fast, offering multiple locations to serve the Ozarks. When you're stuck on the side of the road, make the right call. Let Henry do it.
No surprise, goes back out there for City in the 6th. It'll be Mesa, Ralph, and Simpson. So the 10, 1, and 2 hitters for the Republic Locos. They trail 1-0. Mesa from Chicago, Illinois. Played junior college baseball outside of Chicago at the College of DuPage. After he finished up his junior college career with a little bit of help from some knee and ankle problems, just decided to come be a student at Missouri State University and has since settled in to life as a Springfieldian.
Oh, he was stepping in the bucket on that one. Throw that breaking ball outside. You ain't going to hit it.
1-1 count. Joe Juarez. Yeah, and Joe frustrated with himself as he pitched a comebacker that Mesa took up the middle, and so he is on.
That was a good pitch. It was inside up over the plate, and Mesa just put a good swing on it. And I mean, it was right there for Juarez to snag it, but he just missed it. You could see him kind of barking at each other as Mesa comes back off the diamond. Just, Juarez is probably telling him, "I should have had that one. I should have had you."
They're going to run Tommy Berg coming on to pinch run for Chris Mesa here. So yeah, Joe and Chris know each other quite well. Former teammates from years back. This is into the tricky triangle. That's a base hit off the bat of number 9 for the Republic Locos, Zach Ralph.
Okay, now here's where it gets fun, Rance. Here's where it gets fun, man. We're down by 1. The Mavericks are down by 1.
Locos are
or
down
the
by
Locos
1.
are down by 1. You got nobody out. You got guy on first and second base. Now, this is a manager's dream for situational ball playing. Right now, left-handed hitter, third baseman's not even coming in. Lay down the bunt down the third base line. Just move 2 hitters into scoring position. If you take the out at first, that's fine, but move your runners, get them in scoring position. Base hit, scores 2, you're up 2-1.
Simpson does show bunts, but he sprayed it off foul.
Well, and that was a hard bunt, but it was enough to draw the third baseman in to where he would have had to field it, and there's no one to cover third. You're going to
take away the force at third, yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, that was a great shot. If I was the manager, I'd be calling the signal, lay that down. Just square up, lay that bunt down. And my guy on second base better be getting off that bag.
0-2. Instead, Simpson took a golf swing at it, and they're calling him out. Yes, so no dropped third strike there. Simpson down on strikes.
Situations.
Well, we're not out of the situation yet. Because, and look at that, Tommy Berg takes off. Now Juarez has him in a rundown. And that's Joe Juarez. That's what attention and speed do. Tommy Berg caught. Not a bad idea by him to try to walk off the base, but Juarez was ready for it. Makes the dive and the out, and now you got Locos sort of some assorted arguing and debate going on there. So caught stealing is Berg officially. Now it's runner at third, 2 out. And then we'll finally say the batter is Jared Fox, by the way.
So for those at home who don't know, that's what happens when you don't have actual managers running the base paths and in the boxes. We have team managers, but a lot of time they play. Sometimes when the team is actually on offense and they're hitting and they're running the base paths, a fellow player is going to be the one standing in the third or first base coach's dugout.
Right.
Or the box over there by third, not the dugout, excuse me. And so we don't exactly have managers and first base, third base coaches. It's just kind of players playing the game, kind of like slow pitch softball. Situations like that, you got to have a manager kind of hold you up and go, you're not running. Stay right there. Like, I see what you're trying to do, but
not here, not now.
Not here, not now. And that was heads up. It's one of those, if it works, hey, that's heads up base running. Good job. When it doesn't work, it's a, what were you thinking?
So we just saw a mound visit and an intentional walk issued to Jared Fox. And I think the move there, that is Daniel England, a veteran of this league, respecting the veteran and the potency of Jared Fox, as now they're going to run Arturo Liendo for Fox. So that's the thought, is to avoid the chance for Fox to smack an RBI triple. Take your chances instead with David Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. So it's a situational move on the part of Daniel England. I like what he did there, brought the whole infield in, and maybe even talked to Joe Juarez. What do you want? You want Fox or you want to get Rodriguez? They're going to opt to try to get David Rodriguez.
Well, and if I were Rodriguez right now, I would be, I'd be having some communication. There would need to be some communication.
That is in the air into foul territory. Barnett is going to hang on, and so
doesn't even matter.
Well, it didn't. It was a little bit of a gamble there.
Yeah.
David Rodriguez is a dangerous man, but Evan Barnett hangs on in foul territory, so it ends up being absolute right call on the part of the Mavericks to pass Fox. So with that, it is 1-0. We head to the bottom of inning number 6. Got a good one going between the Locos and the Mavs. Back right after this.
Support local, give local. We hear it all the time, and when it comes to blood donation, there's an easy way to make sure your gift is being used in your community. Donors with Community Blood Center of the Ozarks provide every drop of blood, platelets, and convalescent plasma to patients in over 40 area hospitals. How do I know why that's important? Because my youngest daughter, Joselina, is alive today thanks to local blood donors. Find out how you can help at cbco.org. Local donors, local patients. That's the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks difference.
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's hot yoga. You are going to feel awesome.
To nothing is the score. Bottom of the 6th, Moon City Mavericks lead the Republic Locos. Rance and Clay Odell with you live here from Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, home of the Grip and Rip Baseball League since it was founded in 2016. Changes on the infield for the Locos. Tommy Berg has come on to play second base. Still Collison at shortstop. Still Caleb Kaufman at third. Still Jason Rose on the pitcher's mound, and the batter he will face is Adam Barton. So 3-4-5 coming up here for the Mavs.
This is the first time today Barton has come up to the plate having to be a leadoff.
Yeah, clean sheets. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, but nobody on. So he gets to face a pitcher from the full wind. Looked at a strike there from Jay Rose to get us started. Slider, that's one hopped to the shortstop. Collison fires in time.
Just a routine ground ball to the shortstop. Nice smooth throw. He sent a rocket over there, and Barnes was booking. He was, run everything out, and he sure was, but not a match for that throw.
Michael Barnes comes up next. Stellar pitching performance today. 3 shutout, no-hit innings. He is 0 for 2 with the bat in his hand today. 4 hits through the first 4 games of the season. Looked at a called strike there. Michael Barnes from Springfield, Missouri, went to Kickapoo High School. Went over to the Kansas Rectangle to play at Fort Scott for a couple of years, then came back home to finish out at Drury. Down 0-2 quickly. That's Rose being aggressive with Mikey B.
That's what I like about Rose. He doesn't try to finesse. He really does just seem to try to go after hitters. Curveball on the inside corner.
On the inside.
Good
and
pitch.
That is professional grade pitching right there. And then Jared Fox threw it into left field. So I just happened to be looking up to see that.
Well, and that's what I love about Rose. He likes to use his fastball. He likes to spot his fastball. But there's been times I've watched him where, you go up 0-2, and some managers, some players think, okay, you never want to go 3 straight strikes on a guy. You want to, waste a pitch.
Throw one into the backstop or whatever.
Yeah, and Rose, sometimes, forget that. That's what they're looking for. I'm going to attack him and put that 3rd strike on the inside corner like that curveball. That was an excellent pitching clinic for 3 straight pitches on what to do and fool someone at that last at bat. That was a good job by Rose.
Good sequence there. Nick Bacon is the batter, down 0-1 after a foul ball. Bacon pinch hitting in the stead of Ryan Cram here.
He's got the stirrup socks. I love it. Are those stirrups or are those just socks with the stripes?
Those are 3-stripe socks.
Okay.
He's had stirrups before, but Nick's generally a high sock guy, has been throughout his career. We've seen some different looks, but always with the Knickerbocker pant.
Love it.
Ball and 2 strikes to Bacon. Rose went at him with the heat. Nick watched it go by, ball 2. Nick, another one of those original 60 guys, has been in this thing since 2016. Deuces wild. Jason Rose comes home. Breaking pitch. This is slapped. That's going to get through. Nick Bacon. The cold streak is over. He is sizzling on base with a single.
And bounced that right in the 5-5 hole. Good piece of hitting. That's the thing about this turf. It's unlike Metter. The field here, the turf is older, so it's packed down. So it's hard.
Yeah.
And when you hit the ball down on this turf, sometimes you will get a high bounce, just like that one, but it's just enough to sneak through 3rd and short.
Fastball to Carter Rennie is low, ball 1. Carter had that big double in the 4th and came around and scored the run that is the difference maker. 1-0 at the moment. Sun's gone behind a cloud.
And that's the thing about this park too. It's way more than what we experienced over at Metter. You can play some shadow games out here on this field.
We'll see that a little bit. Probably late in this one, but definitely early in the 6 o'clock game as Rennie took one on the inner half. I don't think Carter entirely loved that one,
No,
but
he
it's
did
1-2.
Oh, he cocked his head. You could see that from up here. Like,
well,
hey,
he's smart enough not to turn his head, but I definitely saw the head kind of jolt there for a second.
You're not going to give the umpire the people's eyebrow?
No. That's not his game. There's a curveball. Rennie did well to stay in that, and he slapped it foul. David Rodriguez touches up. No, so Carter Rennie played at Licking High School for a guy by the name of Harv Antel, who's been around high school baseball for a long time. He's in the Coaches Association Hall of Fame. And so Harv, I'll tell you that he is, as long as I have known him, has always had the same military-style, high, tight, flat-top haircut. And that's kind of how Harv operates in general. Very no-nonsense, not a lot of tolerance for foolishness or, guys questioning umpires. So if you play for Harv, you're going to play the game with discipline at all times.
My kind of coach.
That's and you can see that with Rennie. You know, you see that sometimes even just in his approach at the plate. You know, he doesn't step out a lot, as we saw him do after the foul ball there on 2-2. But
I've never understood why guys step out. I mean, that box is big enough. Move your left foot a little bit unless you're trying to check a sign. My golly, did you not get ready on the on-deck circle? Like, if you're stepping out to try to slow the pitcher down, I understand that.
Yeah.
Other than just stay in the box. You're there to hit. Are your batting gloves not tight enough when you first got up there? Like,
well, no, he's a no-glove guy today as he's worked it back full 3-2.
That's what I like about Rennie. He's just a ball player. Oh!
Swung over the top, and a beautiful job by Jason Rose to squirm out of trouble with a runner in scoring position. Gets a big strikeout there. His second of the ball game is very well timed. We head to the stretch inning. It is 1-0. Moon City Mavericks out in front of the Republic Locos.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
I'm William Beadle of Tolbert Beadle. Why would you call anyone else after a car accident? Tolbert Beadle has been right here in Missouri for decades. We know the local courts, and we know how to fight. You don't pay us a penny unless we win money for you. And we're not satisfied until we secure the largest settlement possible. With millions of dollars recovered, you know who to call. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
So Mavericks sticking with Joe Juarez. So he will be the 3+ designee as he's on here for the 7th. So just as I suspected, Clay Odell. A managerial decision has been made. City's going to ride with Joe Juarez. They're counting on him to sort of go out there and be the bulldog right here, right now, protecting a 1-0 advantage against the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Rose, Meyer, and Collison for the Locos. Jason Rose was thinking about hitting one to Sparta, I think. Swung on and missed.
Well, why not stick with Juarez? He's throwing great this game. I mean, he's throwing ground balls like that. He's
Welsh up with that one. Fires across Barnes. Had to bring the foot down in a hurry. But, yeah, right there, right in front of the umpire, Brian Lozano as well.
Yeah, but, I mean, he's throwing great pitches. He's keeping the ball down. You get fly ball, easy fly balls. You get ground balls. You get your fair share of strikeouts. It's like, hey, if the guy's dealing and you're getting outs and having short innings, you know, facing 4 hitters an inning, man, keep him out there. Why not? Let him have a day. Don't take it away from him. I like the decision.
Andrew Meyer swings and fouls one off. Dixon, Missouri native, sponsored by Springfield Cornhole. Hit .371 as a college player between SBU and Missouri Western State University. Not much of a base stealer is Meyer, but a good on-base guy. Had a .443 rate. He only stole 6 bases throughout his college baseball career.
Oh, man.
Down here, 0-2.
Juarez taking a little bit of extra time on the
mound. I think, you know, it's one thing to be trusted to go out here, but I think, you know, the physical nature of the, you know, he's shown a couple of slow stretches.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're doing right now, Clay.
Oh, man, I tell you, these, and a base hit up the middle.
Nice piece by Meyer into center field. That goes.
That was a good hit. No, you know, I turned 40 this year. And it's been kind of a mind game, to be honest with you. And, you know, I played last year, did not do well at all last year, and it's not that I'm doing great this year as Tyler Collison comes to the plate. And, man, I found that the hard thing is not running hard, as strike one is called on Collison. It is that breakdown past first base or slowing. If I'm not sliding, it's not getting up and going that's the hard part. It's the slowing down. Oh, what a great hit into right field.
Collison takes one the other way in front of the right fielder, Bacon. And that's going to cue up first and third with one out, and then a miscue on the infield by the Mavericks sets up second and third. So the situation gets even better for the Locos. They've got the go-ahead run in scoring position with one down.
Well, and that was really good on Meyer, because when that ball was hit, you'll see a lot of hitters, that ball's hit to right field, and they're watching the ball into right field, and they will turn second base or get close to second base. They're still looking back behind him. Meyer did not do that. That was great. That ball was hit. He put his head down and just knew, I'm going to third. And he forced the issue, made it in safe. But then when the throws come in, that's another piece of heads-up base running by Tyler Collison to see the throw and make it to second. So they've got runners on second and third.
Yep.
And now we've got Greer up to the plate.
Oh, this is Wilson.
Oh, this is Wilson.
They're pitch hitting Wilson.
Moved Wilson into his slot. You know, you have one out, left-handed hitter. Just look for something inside or
something to the right side would get it done.
Yeah, if you slap it the other way, great. But if you pull it, man, you got a better opportunity to get two.
Wilson does pull it. That's actually going to get through. Locos are going to take a lead. Oh, no, they're not. Play at the plate. And dead to the rights is Collison as Phillips makes the tag. So we are tied 1-1. Great job by Joe Emery, the Mavericks center fielder.
That was a great throw.
They conceded one, but he kept the Locos out of the lead.
Well, and you could tell by how he approached that ball. He's coming in. He had it in his mind before that ball was hit. I'm shooting four.
Yep.
And he fielded it and laced in a rocket, one hopper, and had him by 10 feet. That was a great play.
You don't run on that arm is what Joe's father Tom once sent us in the chat a couple years back, and I think said remark stands the test of time. I'm sure Tom's watching this one from St. Peter's. So yeah, your baby boy got the rifle out and scoped one. 0-1 to Kaufman. Nope. Check throw. Or no, it's just a step off. Juarez checked Wilson with his eyes. And this is not Kaufman, this is Ryan, excuse me, Johnny Lee Ryan pinch hitting for the Locos. He's evened it up 1-1. We'll get ourselves sorted out here. 3 for 9 is the J train. Make it 3 for 10 as he goes down looking. So that is a big put out right there. Locos get one. We are tied 1-1. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. And here in the GRBL, the 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sumit's Hot Yoga. At Sumit's Hot Yoga, you are going to feel awesome.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Do you ever wake up and feel like you're already out of energy?
I haven't felt that way since I started doing yoga.
You do yoga?
Every morning. Best change I've ever made.
Try our community classes for only $8.
Sumit's Hot Yoga. You are going to feel awesome!
Ball game, Jason Rose back to work for the Republic Locos, 1-1. is the score. They are all knotted up with the Moon City Mavericks. Locos got one, but a throw in from center field by Joe Emery kept Tyler Collison from scoring.
That was an exciting inning,
That was
Rance.
a very exciting
I
inning.
was more excited to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" and watch everybody here just go crazy. It was fantastic.
Be Phillips, Barnett, and probably a pinch hitter up next, I would have to guess. Swinging strike there to Phillips. Ooh.
Took a good cut there, but it looked like it tailed away just at the end. That might have been a
did.
two-seamer he was throwing.
I'm still trying to figure out what I would do against Jason Rose. And right now, coming up with very little.
The thing that, here's the advantage that you have with Jason Rose, in my opinion. Facing him a little bit, watching him play, face other hitters. You know, as a hitter, he's gonna throw strikes.
So just swing the bat in the strike zone.
Honest to
Hope you
goodness,
get
okay,
something.
you just try to think to yourself, find a good pitch to hit. Don't try to hit everything. Just try to find something that you know you can hit and put a good swing on it.
Phillips sprays one right side. Liendo up with it, and he got the throw to Meyer in time for the out.
It's when you start really overthinking and is he going to throw this?
Right,
is he going to throw
this is
that?
the slider, this is that, right.
Yeah, if you think, okay, I'm just going to wait for him to throw the slider, and you're sitting on it, he'll give you the slider. It's up to you to hit it because he does consistently throw. He's got a high strike count. I don't know exactly his ratio, balls to strikes throughout a game.
It's good enough. Anecdotally, you can tell just sitting here. He does not miss often. Barnett swung out of his cleats at strike one.
It seems like when Rose does miss, he misses low.
Yep.
So that's another thing is he's going to attack the low portion of the zone, which as a hitter, that's what you want. You just hope the umpire's on that day.
Barnett chops one to third. Johnny Lee Ryan did a nice job adjusting, and then that exchange time was very quick as he got the throw across in time. A little bit of some changes around for the Locos on the infield. It's Johnny Lee Ryan at third with Tyler Collison at short. Arturo Liendo's at second. And they've moved Meyer in to play first base. That's because they've got Scott Wilson out in right. Still Trent Simpson in center and still Zach Ralph in left field as they started the ball game. Still Jared Fox behind home plate. And it's still Jason Rose on that mound. So like we thought, Jason Rose staying on here in the seventh. Means he can throw this one. He can also pitch the eighth, and then Republic would have to make a Henry's towing pitching change. But I like the idea of trying to get Rose 5 today.
Tony quickened up on that one. He hit a rocket down foul past the first base line.
Rose went at him with the heat again, and again it's chopped. First base line out into the the right field bullpen, foul.
Now if I'm Rose right now and I'm facing a left-handed hitter and I've got 2 outs and he's just put 2 of them foul down the line, I'm looking a slow circle changeup, something slow and away. Just don't give him anything up over inside to hit.
Instead he went fastball
He did go fastball, and sometimes guys like to do that, and that's what I like about Rose. He attacks hitters, but for the sake of that, you just wasted one. Now you throw that pitch. He's probably thinking, well, Tony's going to try to quicken up and looking on a fastball, throw that changeup away.
He shook
like
something
that.
off, and then he did go to the off speed. So nice job by Jason Rose as he and Jared Fox get on the same page, get the strikeout, and we have finished inning number 7. 1-1 is the score. It is getting into crunch time, and it looks like the Mavericks are going to send Joe Juarez back out. So it's going to get really good real fast. Don't go anywhere. Back with more right after this.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
I'm William Beadle of Tolbert Beadle. Why would you call anyone else after a car accident? Tolbert Beadle has been right here in Missouri for decades. We know the local courts, and we know how to fight. You don't pay us a penny unless we win money for you. And we're not satisfied until we secure the largest settlement possible. With millions of dollars recovered, you know who to call. Tolbert Beadle, when you need justice.
One to one ball game. Republic Locos and the Moon City Mavericks knotted up. Tommy Berg steps into the batter's box, pinch hitting in the number 10 position in the batting order.
Hits it high, bouncer, catcher jumps out, snags it, hoses him down at first base.
Nice job by Devin Phillips there. The old 2-3. So back to the top of the order go the Locos, Zach Ralph, with Trent Simpson waiting in the on-deck circle. Ralph, something of an on-base machine this season. He is 1 for 3 today. Tommy Berg was that last out there.
The pinch hitter.
Yes. Right. So Ralph came into the game with a .547 on-base percentage. He is now 7 for 14, so hitting .500.
This is kind of where you want to be if you're Republic. You're top of the lineup, 8th inning, get 1, 2, 3. If you get out, you know, you've got your 3, 4, 5.
Ralph takes a slider the other way into right. It's going to be, exceptionally tough play for Nick Bacon. Ralph is going to go down head first. A double for Zach Ralph. Second hit of the ball game is a biggie in the 8th.
Well, and that's one of those hits you're not too proud of, but you love to have. Just a little Texas leaguer, the opposite field. You get it down enough for the right fielder to bobble it, where you can now make it from first to second, which is exactly what he did. And now you've got a runner in scoring position with run out.
Yep, Ralph a threat to steal, but instead Simpson's going to chop this one to first. Michael Barnes' only play was to step on the bag for the unassisted second out, which he does, so the runner moves up to third. And they are once again facing Jared Fox. Are they going to pass him? And yeah, Fox talking smack back to Daniel England in the Mavericks dugout. Look at that. Well, see, Fox played for England back in 2021. So these guys are well acquainted. Are they going to pass him? Yes, they are.
They're walking in.
He made him wait and think about it, too.
He flipped his bat.
Oh, my goodness. Daniel England, he got in his head. And, yeah, they're going to run for him, too. Caleb Kaufman. Oh, man, that's one of those things. You love that if you're a Mavericks fan, and you hate it.
I'm a baseball fan. I don't care about either one of these guys. That was great. He just threw that bat up over his head. Like, are you kidding me?
Locos incensed, but first and third, Chris Mesa giving some last-second instruction here to Arturo Liendo, and Liendo's been hot. I mean, this does not necessarily make the situation any easier. He is 3 for 5. With a double and an RBI, including a game-winning RBI against the Mets back on August 11th, which he got off of Clay Murphy. So Liendo not scared to get in there and stick it. Chops this one to first. Michael Barnes, he's going to have to hurry. Nobody's covering, and the run scores. It's 2-1. Oh, my goodness.
That right there, that is so wonderful. That's why you put the ball in play, right? Because you never know what's going to happen. And so you run it out. Kids, if you are watching at home, rewind that, look at the situation, look what Liendo did. He didn't have a big hack. It wasn't some line drive,
no,
but he
chopped
had
it into play and he ran.
Yes, he chopped it and he booked it, and the first baseman saw it enough to get his eyes and his mind sidetracked for that split second to field the ball where he fumbled it, and his second baseman wasn't there to cover, neither was the pitcher. And so he's safe on first, and a run scores. Now they're up 2-1. That's what I love about baseball, gang. So if you're a kid watching at home, let that be an example. Always go up there swinging. Always run it out.
Jason Rose chops one to third. Barnett fires across. Barnes hangs on, and the inning is over, but the damage most certainly done as Republic delivers a dagger, a double off the bat of Zach Ralph, and then a ball in play off the bat of Arturo Liendo. Makes it 2-1. Mavericks will look to answer in the bottom of the 8th right after this.
I'm Nicole Cartmel with the Bank of Missouri. Whether you're looking to pay bills or make a big purchase, sometimes you need cash quickly to take that next step. A consumer loan might be a perfect option to help you live well, bank well. Sardi McClendon, one of our branch managers, is here to explain.
Thank you, Nicole. We provide personal consumer loans for almost any purpose, from building your credit to financing that new car. We offer competitive rates, and decisions are made locally so we can get you the money that you need quickly. But what makes our consumer loans unique is that personal touch. For example, I recently worked with a customer to secure a loan for a horse trailer. He could have went elsewhere, but he chose to work with his bank because of that personal relationship that we've built with him. Being able to work with your personal banker that you know and trust makes a big difference.
That's right, because we work with our customers to help them live well, bank well. Get started at bankofmissouri.com.
Jason Rose still going for the Republic Locos. The situation has changed. 2-1 is the score. I'm glad you're having fun with this, Clay. 2-1. Republic now out in front. It's their first lead of the ball game. Came in the top of the 8th, so now we're in the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Emery, Juarez, and Welsh. If you could script this up and say, who do you want to bat, Moon City? I'd go with these three guys right here. Joe Emery, 0 for 1 on the day, 4 for 12 for the season. He has definitely been on an uptick.
That beard is beautiful. Good for him.
Swing and a miss. Had a Jason Rose slider on the outer half.
Yeah, look at that mustache.
Rose from the belt. Yeah, just...
Emery's got a good beard going. He's got a good mustache. Looked like he steps almost out of some Nordic folklore mixed with like 1840s baseball.
Got to find out what the product is, what he's using. Beard oil?
Yeah, probably some Grave Before Shave stuff.
0-2, and Rose bounced one. Activity in the Moon City bullpen. Tony Lewis, right-hander, is up and throwing.
Oh, the commish. I know they call him the president.
The Godfather.
Yeah.
1-2. That was actually his nickname in college, I believe. So 1-2 fastball swung on.
That
this
might get down.
Tailing down, but it's going to get foul. I'll tell you what, about 6 feet to the left, we'd be talking a lot differently.
It's that wind.
That easterly wind. Yes, she's still with us.
That was a quick bat on that one. The way it initially took off from our view in the booth, I thought, man, that's going to be, I don't know, maybe a handful of feet left of the line in fair territory, and it just kept drifting. That would have been something because he was on his horse. So if that would have been down in fair territory, he might have had 2 on that one.
Another 1-2 pitch coming up here. Rose from the midsection fires the high heat, and Emery laid off. It's now 2-2.
I could see Rose just going after him right now, going, all right, I still got another ball. Let's throw a fastball and let it loose.
Breaking pitch. Emery drives it through. That is going to get into left field. Johnny Lee Ryan stuck the glove out. No, and actually they're going to go E5.
Yeah, that's an E5er. It was right there. Man, Well, and it's at that time in the ballpark where the sun, we're on the second half of the day.
It is the setting sun.
You have not only the setting sun, there's a little bit of glimmer when you're on that end of the diamond, a little bit of glimmer on the turf. There's a little bit of reflection off some of the seats. It becomes really hard to pick up sometimes. Oh, our first bunt of the day.
By Juarez, but J. Rose off the mound to get it, makes the flip over pretty easily. That does move a man up into scoring position in a 2-run ball game. Or a 2-1 ball game, not a 2-run ball game. It's a 1-run ball game.
It's a 1-run ball game.
And a man is in scoring position for Brady Welsh. 1 out.
This is a good place to be in if you're Moon City.
So if you're Brady Welsh,
intentionally walking?
They are. You're going to walk Welsh, and I think the move here is to set up the force out because, statistically speaking, Adam Barton has been the stronger hitter for City throughout this campaign anyway. He's 0 for 2 on the day, has a walk and a strikeout.
Well, and you got to be careful because he's already seen him today.
Yes, he has.
And that was just a straight ground out to
shortstop.
The shortstop. So he's on the ball. You know, right now, make sure your runners get off the bag, look for a good pitch, and just knock the laces off of it.
There's a fastball, and yeah.
He's coming after him.
Tailing down, and I love this from Jason Rose. Just like, yeah, got some runners on, gonna keep the aggression level cranked right where it is. 1 out.
High octane pitching.
Yep, slaps this one right side. Meyer's gonna step on the bag to get the second out, but a nice job by Barton placing that thing.
100%, and you know that. In all essence, you get a ground ball to the right side like that. It's a long throw to even try to get any double play. So it almost works out like a sac bunt, but now you have runners in second and third. Your 4-hole hitters up. There's only 2 outs. It can get blown wide open right here.
Michael Barnes watches ball 1 go by outside. Big opportunity for Mikey B. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The Mavericks trail by a run. Rose caught one on the inner half, and this, you know, Jason Rose also has the advantage of knowing he can't go throw the 9th. So, I mean, this is it.
Right.
This is the last out he can possibly get today, so he can let it eat. 1-1, swung on, fouled off. Screamed toward the concession stand, first base side.
And right there, like with Rose, he should know, and I'm sure he does, you know, you're throwing that fastball. That fastball was up, and he fouled it off to the right side. So bring a fastball low and in, belt high inside. He's not going to get that barrel around on it.
1-2, yes indeed. Great pitch by Jason Rose to get the strikeout and get out of the inning. So that, my friends, 5 innings by Jason Rose, allowing 1 run, and the Locos retain a 2-1 advantage. We are headed to the 9th. Don't go anywhere. It's Grip and Rip Baseball, live and free all day long, right here on YouTube. Big thank you to our sponsors at Tolbert Beetle and at Henry's Towing. Remember, if you're stuck on the side of the road, you got to make the right call. You got to let Henry do it.
I'm William Beetle from Tolbert Beetle. It only takes 1 second for a person to be involved in an accident. And when the worst occurs, there's only one person that matters: you. At Tolbert Beetle, we want to be the one you call for help. We're the one to get you the compensation you deserve from the insurance companies. Call us today and find out if you have a case. The consultation is always free. Tolbert Beetle, when you need justice.
When Gary and Sandra Henry started Henry's Towing nearly 5 decades ago, customers knew that Henry would be the guy coming to help. People would call and ask to let Henry do it. And as Springfield has grown, our family has grown as well, so there's always someone around to come help you out. Everyone at Henry's is a member of the family, fully trained and as dependable as the original. With a family this size, help is always right around the corner. So if you find yourself in need of roadside assistance, remember to call the name you've grown to know and trust. Remember to let Henry do it!
Henry's towing pitching change for the Moon City Mavericks as Joe Juarez exhausted his eligibility in this one. Mavericks are going to the Godfather, Tony Lewis, right-hander, 40 years old, out of Drury University. Pitched mostly professionally in France with the Bois-Guillaume Woodchucks during his time overseas. So far in 2024, 1 inning. He's allowed 4 runs on 4 hits. No walks, no strikeouts, 1 hit batsman. First pitch to Andrew Meyer is a called strike on the outer half. So a little bit of a mixed bag from Tony. We'll see fastball, curveball, and a knuckleball is in the arsenal. There it was right there as he dipped it down just in front of the plate. When in doubt, we'll see the knuck. Tony shook off something from Devin Phillips for the 1-1. That was the knuck again, and it's outside. He's got to get that thing to locate if he's going to use it as a weapon.
Yeah, he needs a head-face win, not a side-to-side, to get that knuck to really do some dancing.
2-1 to Meyer. There it is for a called strike on the outer half. Meyer today 1 for 3. Locos with a 2-1 lead, trying to pad it before the Mavericks get one last crack in the bottom of the 9th. Lewis misses outside. It's 3-2. Hard to believe Tony made it through this league for 9 seasons before he was ever called upon to pitch. Yeah, it looked like a heater. Meyer swung off, fouled that one off. Yeah, that might have left the stadium. Back on the third base side.
Fouls off another one. Look up, kiddos. It's rolling down the hill over there, and a little guy's running down. Don't face plant, but he gets the ball. Go get yourself 50 cents, kiddo.
That's one of the Phillips kids, I think. There's a swing and a foul ball grounded.
Meyer's fighting him off. He's giving him a tough AB here, which is what anytime that a pitcher doesn't, you're fouling him off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times an at-bat. That is a good at-bat. You may not get the hit as he walks him right there.
Drew the walk, though.
You may not get the hit, but you're making that pitcher work extra. So, kids, as you grow up and you get older, and you might think, oh, Dad, I struck out. Well, how many foul balls did you hit, buddy? Oh, I hit 10 throughout the course of a game. I had 3 at this at bat, 4 at that at bat. Okay, you're right on it, but you're making that pitcher work extra. That's great work, son. Don't get down on yourself.
Tyler Collison pulls a knuckleball foul down the left field line. And the thing about, the Locos extending ABs, Tony Lewis, is a pitcher, but does not, that's not where he really makes it in baseball. So it's not like he's, going out and throwing bullpens and drilling. This is more of an emergency situation for the Mavericks. You have
like
to go back.
Trying to throw a knuckle again.
Yep. 2008 was when Tony played overseas in France and pitched 61 innings as the player-manager of the Bois-Guillaume Woodchucks in Normandy. Had a 2.2 ERA in French baseball.
The fact that the French have a baseball team is rather mind-boggling.
They have a league, and usually it's so they have a cap on how many foreign players they are allowed to have. And so Tony was the one on his team, if you will.
Interesting.
And part of his job was they would play double headers on Saturdays and Sundays, so a total of 4 games per week. But during the week, he was coaching youth teams, and he was coaching girls softball and coaching kids baseball, in addition to managing what they called the senior team. So
that's outstanding.
Himself included. That's not a bad way for a young man to make a nice summer overseas.
And I will say this: it's one thing to teach baseball in the United States. It's a total other joy to be able to do it in a foreign country.
3-2 pitch, swung on.
Had a play.
Skied.
Heads up, kiddos. Oh, yep. Big bounce.
Well, there's only concrete and metal. That baseball will hop, so Tyler Collison stays in. So yeah, Tony hit well, and then since he was the American on the team, they expected him to pitch too. So went out there and said, yeah, sure, I'll start one game a weekend. Collison again swings and fouls one off. That was back, so we'll do yet another 3-2. And this is to the Locos' advantage, just to, again, keep making Tony work.
Mm-hmm. Once I was kind of taught, I had a coach later in life that said, hey, the more foul balls, if you're striking out watching, that's one thing. But if you're striking out, and he punches him out and he fires it back down to first, but he's safe in time.
Collison thought he walked, and Edward Browning begged to differ.
I had a coach in college that said, hey, if you're striking out watching, that's the worst.
Yes.
If you're striking out swinging, that stinks. But if you do strike out swinging and you fouled off a handful of balls, buddy, you need to walk back to the dugout with your head held high, that you made the pitcher do extra work so we can get to the bullpen quicker.
Mm-hmm.
And when I learned that, really kind of started thinking of it with that approach, my positivity got higher.
Yeah.
My focus got higher, and
probably quality at bats. They were counting those. Probably went up as well.
Oh, they absolutely did. And then that just boosted confidence. And the next thing I know, I'm knocking the cover off the ball. And that, we're talking 15, 20 years ago as Tony throws ball one for a 1-1 count on Greer.
No, this is Wilson.
Oh, is this Wilson's? Yep, that's right.
Scotty Wilson, 1 for 1 today with a single and an RBI.
Forgot to write his name in my book there.
Ooh, Tony got him with a changeup.
Well, and right here is where if you're a Republic, it would be really nice to go ahead and get a good base hit and get another run on the board just before you go into the 9th inning, the bottom of the 9th.
Good guy to do it here. Wilson now 2 for 7 for the season, but Tony got him with the knuck, and then they throw down to second, not in time as Meyer steals.
Just a little offline. If he'd have had that 5 feet over to the right over the bag, he might have had a double play there with a strikeout and a throw out.
So this is Johnny Ryan coming up here with 2 outs and a runner on second. The J Train. Now 3 for 10, so hitting 300 as a rookie out of Willard, Missouri. Fellow Willard Tiger Devin Phillips behind the plate here. Those guys do know each other from back in the day. Saw that in the pregame. Tony with the 60-something mile per hour something ball. I'm not having a hard time picking up what that is. 1-1 to Ryan. That was the knuckleball. It's chopped. Michael Barnes, the first baseman, has it. He'll step on the bag. And so Lewis issued a walk, and then he got 3 outs right away. So we will keep it right here. It is the commercial-free 9th inning brought to you by the Bank of Missouri. Quick programming note, if you are on the channel hoping to catch the Branson Showmen and the Nixa Suckers, don't worry, we got you. That game's coming up next at 6 o'clock on Baseball Night in the Ozarks. Earlier today it was the Springfield Metropolitans, 7-0 victors over the Ozark Mountain Ducks. Ben Van Gorp, the winning pitcher in that one, throwing 4 scoreless innings and combining with Cole Hazelhorst and Clay Murphy for the shutout. Got a 2 RBI single from Harrison Broadstreet in a big 6th inning that really spelled the difference in that one. So Springfield Mets go to 2-3. Ozark Mountain Ducks fall to 2-3. And it is a Henry's Towing pitching change right here, right now for the Republic Locos as Tyler Collison has come on to try to finish this out. Jason Rose out of eligibility, like we said. He allowed 1 earned run today across 5 innings of work. Did a great job, but now it is Collison's mission to handle. He has allowed 7 earned runs across 7 1/3 innings of work. 5 hits, 7 strikeouts. The Achilles heel for him has been walks, having issued 5 of them. He's also hit a couple of batters. September 8th was a blowout against the Showmen. He threw just 1/3 of an inning but gave up 6 earned runs on 2 hits. Hit 2 batters, walked a guy. If you take away that blow-up from the math, his ERA is at 1.29, but you're in a situation here bringing him on in a high-pressure situation, a one-run lead, where he just got roughed up last time out. So, in a way, I really like this move from the Locos manager, Chris Meza. You're putting the ball in Collison's hands, and you're telling him, hey, last week was last week. I trust you. Now go out there and be the guy.
And there's a big difference between coming in mid-game to throw 1 inning and coming in at the very end.
it's still
totally,
1 inning, but yeah.
100%. It's a totally different mindset. It's a totally different just overall feeling that you have of, oh, okay, I'm just going to sustain for an inning, hope nobody scores, to where you come in with a little bit more aggression, being the closer to, hey, I'm here to get these 3 guys out so we can just wrap this thing up and go home. And to be called on as a closer, you kind of feel like you have more confidence in you from your coaches as Collison throws the first pitch high and inside, barely missing
high and tight, almost hit Nick Bacon on the hands.
And
but
he's not afraid to throw inside. He hit a guy in the face last week. He's not afraid to go there with a fastball outside corner, strike 2. But coming into the bottom of the 9th, you get called to get that 1 inning. It's kind of a gut feeling and a good confidence booster to go, I'm the one the coach believes in to get this door shut. So hopefully I'm not cheering for anyone in particular, but I'd like to see him come in, close the door, have some confidence.
1-1 misses high. Boy, Collison kind of working up today, so I think that was what he just communicated to Jared Fox. Something mechanical there, 2-1. Doesn't have a lot of cushion to work with, and now it's 3-1. Thought we were going to see the old point. Instead, it was just the umpire steadying himself there. So 3 balls and a strike to Nick Bacon, who is 1 for 1 on the day. Just snapped out of a cold streak earlier in this game. Swung and missed there, and the count is full.
Full count, first batter. Collison getting settled in, but I don't know, man. It's bottom of the 9th. I'm closing. Full count, it's me or you. Fastball, here it comes.
That was it. Bacon chops this one to the third baseman. Kaufman fires across. That is not in time. Throw brought Greer off the bag, but it doesn't matter. I think Nick Bacon was there on the sprint time, so Nick is on. Infield single goes up on the board, and the batter is Rennie. So yet another big opportunity here for Carter Rennie.
All right, the Mavericks got some stuff coming down. Try to close it out. You got a guy on first, no out. This is where it can get interesting for the next couple of batters. It's only a 1-run ball game.
Yep.
And when you have Rennie, who, he's struggled a little bit today, but that's when people become due.
He's a tough
and he
out,
punches
and
it through.
Sprays one through right side. Bacon's going to woe up at second base very wisely as Jason Rose is playing right field and charged in and got that in a hurry. But that's back-to-back hits for the Mavericks. Nobody out. They've got a runner on second and a runner on first with pace, and Devin Phillips is batting. 0 for 3 today. Does have a run batted in.
We sit here and we go, okay, you got Devin Phillips, you got a guy on first and second base with no outs. Coach's dream, lay down a bunt, move the runners.
He does show bunt, and
there
that's
it is.
A good bunt, too, off the mound to get that as Collison. That was the only thing he could do with it because Phillips absolutely deadened the ball, and even on the fast turf here at Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, absolutely forced the Locos' hand there.
That was a good call on the Mavericks. When you have a runner, it's like that. It's a 1-run ball game. You're coming to your last inning. They're at first and second, no outs. Hey, sacrifice. Let's move them over. Now, if there's a pass ball, get your guy on third. Get him off the bag. Get down the line. If there's a pass ball, now you're tied.
Evan Barnett sprays one foul, and that was slapped with bad intentions there.
Yes, it was. I mean, if that would have crept down the line, you're looking at a done ball game right there. But who is out in right field now? Did they move Rose out to right field?
Yep.
So we know he's got an arm. So the runner on second, it's hit out to right field. You might be holding up at third.
Whew, fastball outside. Nice job by Barnett. Signal Bacon to retreat back to the bag, so we're even 1-1. So it's Barnett right here, right now. Mavericks still trailing by a run in the bottom of the ninth. Lewis is in the on-deck circle.
The Mavericks fans should be on their feet right now. Like, this is what you're wanting.
Breaking ball from Collison. It was a good pitch and a nice job by Barnett to stay in the hunt and foul it off. Collison took him upstairs and Barnett went with it. Think high heat here on 1-2?
If I was a 1-2, I'm wanting to keep it away. I would want my right side infield in, but I'm trying to keep it away. I don't want to give him anything good to hit.
They did go away with a slider, but Barnett fouled it off, and that's going to get well out of play.
When you're pitching and you get in situations like this, for those listening at home, if you're pitching and your kid's starting out pitching, you remember the last half, the second half to third of the ball game, you want to keep the ball away. You don't want to bring it in up over the plate and give them anything to hit. You want to make them earn the hit.
Collison again attacks outside, but it's up and out of the zone. 2-2.
Now he's got 2-2, and with that high fastball right there, I would go ahead and test a curveball here.
That was the hook, and that got Barnett on strikes. Tremendous strikeout by Tyler Collison for the second out. Tony Lewis. This is
oh man,
not just what you sign up for. This is what you start your own league for, right here. Right?
Yeah, he started this league to have situations like
just
this
like
happen in
this.
his life.
Bottom of the ninth. Are they going to pitch to him? Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
All right, 1-run ball game.
Okay, you got a left-handed hitter. Don't give him anything inside.
Lewis
there
sends this one in the air, left field.
That's ball game.
Base hit. Bacon scores. Rennie is coming home, and the Moon City Mavericks are in the win column for the first time in 2024. Tony Lewis just got his first hit of the season, and they walk it off.
For a two-run RBI. Line drive fly ball to left field for his first hit to walk off the game. That's outstanding.
That is how you break a cold streak. 3-2. Mavericks win on a walk-off.
So are you going to give the player of the game to Tony?
Of course. I have to do that. Come on, man. I'm not some animal.
Oh, that's outstanding. What a ball game. What a ball game. That is, gang, when you come to the ballpark, those are the kind of games you want to see. You want to see great pitching, a great pitching battle, slapping some hits, letting your defense work, 1-2 runs, and then you come down to the end of the ball game, and it becomes purely situational, textbook situational. Runner on, first and second, lay down a bunt, moves them over, get a base hit. This is what we live for. These kind of things are what we play the game to do. This is why we want to play the game. We live for these situations. And Tony, wow, what a way to build his confidence and just get him all fired up and excited for today and close out the game for the Mavericks and get the Mavericks on the W board now.
Indeed, and a couple of guys broke out of slumps at the right time. Nick Bacon was 0 for coming into the day. He finishes 2 for 2.
That's right.
Ends up scoring the game-tying run. Well, actually, yeah, scored the game-tying run there in the ninth, and then Rennie ended up scoring the winner. Great game for Carter Rennie, that has to be said. He was 2 for 4, scored the run for the Mavs back in the fourth. And, not to mention great pitching today from Joe Juarez and from Michael Barnes. So, yeah, Tony Lewis is our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game for that walk-off RBI base hit. But, yeah, it just goes to show what the Mavericks needed to finally break out of that slump was a team effort, and they got that today. I mean, you could go back to the play by Joe Emery gunning down and keeping a run off of the board. If Joe Emery doesn't do that, we're singing a totally different song right here, right now. So, great game, great team game by the Moon City Mavericks today. Valiant effort by the Republic Locos as well. Just good baseball today. That's what this league is all about.
Yeah, and the truth is the Locos shouldn't get down on that. That's a one inning, one situational, one pitch away here, one pitch away there. You lose it in the bottom of the ninth on a 2-run inning. You're looking at a 2-3 ball game. And that's a 1-run difference. So when you lose games like that, they are heartbreaking. You hate to lose, but at the same time, it's not 7-0. It's not, you're not getting blown out. Hey, we stayed in it, boys. We're not done. We got on the winners board today. The Locos obviously got the loss, but they shouldn't take any negatives away from that. They should still be pretty confident and keep coming out here week in and week out and just keep playing great baseball.
With the Locos, of course, better to do that in September than in October, which is always the phrase we like to bounce around here in the GRBL. But great win today for the Mavericks, 3-2. They win it on a walk-off 2 RBI single off the bat of Tony Lewis. So the Mavericks are 1-4. Locos fall to 3-2. Still in first place in the GRBL North Division standings, by the way. Well, Clay Odell, we will step aside. We'll come back, talk things over with some of the guys from Moon City. Before we let you go, first of all, just thanks for another game in the books and all the hard work you do. But sermons on the mound. Let's work the plug there for the folks who want to wander around on Facebook and get some more Clay Odell in their lives on Fridays, not Sundays.
We've kind of been branching off away from Friday mound visits, and we're going to start doing more weekly mound visits.
Hey, I can get down with a middle of the week mound visit.
A couple sprinkled in. There'll be one dropped tonight. So if you are on Facebook, just keep your eyes peeled tonight, and we'll be dropping a new sermons on the mound down, and we'll have one in a couple days. But all it is we're just trying to point all things in life back to God, get our focus on God, and use it through the avenue of baseball and just life, and just be a positive encouragement. I do also, even though my wife and I, when we filled out the form for Grip and Rip, we did want the main thing to be the sermons on the mound, but on the other side of that, since it's one sole income, we're just giving it ourselves. I wanted to give the plug for her for Bar Intensity. She's on Facebook, Instagram, and it's a bunch of online workouts. Probably be good for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm too macho to try to do those things. I know a lot of women love it, and she's an international business. She's got clients from literally all over the world, and she travels around everywhere teaching these classes and getting trainers certified to teach bar within their own gym. But she's got plenty of home workouts for people to do. So if you're a lady out there and you want to do some home workouts, just check out Bar Intensity, and you'll see my wife Micah and her beautiful blonde hair, and don't let her positivity and her energy and her personality fool you. You will get slayed through the workout, but you'll have a good time while you're doing it.
But she'll be polite about it.
She'll be polite about it.
Right.
It'll be a good time. But for the sermons on the mound, we're actually finally getting in the recording studio this week and next week to record our first series of podcasts to hopefully be dropped down in a couple weeks.
All right. We'll stay tuned on that.
More positive encouragement. Give all the praise to Jesus. And Rance, dude, this has been I love doing the booth with you. Thank you for allowing me to come up here and call the game with you.
It's a lot of fun, and you're passing the test with some of the biggest critics in my inner circle. So you're pulling your weight and then some, rookie. Keep it up.
Hey, rookie, you were good.
Let's talk things over with a couple of guys from the Mavericks as we bid bon voyage to Clay Odell. Going to welcome in our Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game, Tony Lewis. Let's bring these guys in here a little fast. We're going to do this live. Yeah, get in here. No, Joe, you got a finite amount of cord here, bud. So there we go. Let's welcome in these Boone City Mavericks. And don't be afraid of the microphone, boys. So Joe Juarez, Tony Lewis. Tony, let's start with you, because we had to go back and pull up your French pitching stats from 2008 to let the gang at home know that yes, you could indeed throw, but you go out there, you face 4 batters. Strike out 2 of them, 1 foot in the frying pan, 1 in the pressure cooker there. What were you thinking especially that first sequence as you got that first strikeout?
Well, I don't have the firepower to strike people out anymore, unfortunately. So I really just wanted to throw strikes. My second pitch and only pitch is my second and third pitch is a slow knuckleball and a fast knuckleball. Yeah. So luckily they were actually finding the zone. They had some really good bats against me, but no, it did feel foreign territory, because the last time I stepped on the mound was in foreign territory in France besides this year. But no, that was so much fun getting the win. I mean, as everyone can tell or know, we needed that win. And a guy who keeps us in every single game is standing to my right here, Joe Juarez. And I just happened to have a really good hit on that last go-around. And this game, you can have as many attempts as you do, but success, a lot of times success in baseball comes few and far in between, and I'm very lucky to have that hit right there.
Tell me about just the thought process as that inning got going. Nick Bacon gets on, then Carter Rinney goes on, then we see a beautiful sacrifice bunt off the bat of Devin Phillips. At that point in the game, you've got a chance. So, what are you thinking about as you go walking from on-deck circle to the batting circle?
I think this year I'm 0 for a century. But
no, you're 1 for now.
Yeah, and that's what this whole league is about, is just relaxing and just knowing I saw my wife and my kids up in the stands, gave them a big smile, and I knew the moment was going to come, and I've been in that moment a lot in my life, and I like that kind of pressure. And as soon as I saw a pitch I was going to hit, which is typically the first 2, I need to hit those 1 or 2 pitches. So, yeah, and luckily he threw it right in the zone.
Typically in that situation, bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game with 2 outs, I say, this is what you try out for. In your case, I have to say, this is what you start your own league for right here.
Yeah, I was in that exact same situation against Clay Murphy last week, and that's baseball. It didn't work out for me last time, but it worked out for me today. So I'm more so happy for a win for the Mavs. I mean, first win of the year, and that's the type of momentum you need, that we can make a run as we head into the eliminators.
Let's talk about it, Joe Juarez, because I know you've been up and down, and it's not like you guys are just going out and getting shellacked. So what have you guys done to just stay encouraged, to keep it together, to come out and give the Locos a fight today?
We know we got the talent on the team. We've had it all year, and we've been close a couple of times, and it's just sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and lately it's been not going our way, but today Tony changed all that, so man, that was awesome. That was a great feeling.
Yeah, and I know we've kind of seen you do a little bit of. We've seen you start. We've seen you come on in the middle. Today you come on in the middle. What does that do for you mentally when Michael Barnes goes out there, faces 1 above minimum, and then you're able to take the baseball in your hand with in a tight game with Mikey kind of setting the table?
Yeah, Mikey helped a lot. Watching him, watching the batters, it gave me a lot more confidence to know what to do going in. And pitching 5 innings, I'm 41 next week, and you normally don't pitch 5 innings at that age, but it felt good, and it getting in the zone, and Devin did a really good job calling pitches for me, so it was really good.
Let's talk about you kind of finding your way as a leadoff hitter as well. So we've seen you do a lot of things in this league, but being the leadoff guy, that's a new one.
It's a little different for me. Yes. Normally 5-hole. I like that, so I can see what's going on. But I'm starting to get the groove a little bit. So leading off, actually, the guys, they get that confidence in me and they trust in me. So feels good to know that.
I'll say that it relaxes everyone on the team when he laces the first 2 balls that he sees.
Sure.
He gets those hits, that eases the tension in the dugout. And Joe, you're just a stud, man. This guy's a stud. He said 41. I didn't know that. You look like you're 25, man.
My mind thinks I am, but my body says no.
Well, it's just as I always say, it's a good thing we play 1 day a week, because some of us do need more time to recover sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
No, I felt like this was, you can go back and pick apart, like, the Joe Emery play to gun down the runner at the plate and make it a tie ball game instead of a 2-1.
That was huge.
That's a great
I feel like you can go up and down the Mavs roster today and point to something that just about everybody did. So.
Oh yeah, it was a team effort today, but definitely.
Was there any kind of something going on in the group text thread or something that Daniel England said to you guys to keep you rallying? Because let's be honest, like 0-4. There's a lot of quitting that could have happened that did not happen in this case.
100%. But I think if we've slowly gotten better each game, even with the last game, we knew that we didn't have any errors, and it was a close game. Came all the way down to the last out. And this team, I'll say Evan Barnett keeps us loose in that dugout. Yeah. He keeps it light. He keeps it comical. So no one's really getting down. But you got to pull out a win. Like, you can't just keep on losing, and then those feelings hopefully come true for you. But like, I'll say that we were loose. We needed this win, and it's going to be momentum going in the rest of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
So next week, big opportunity for you guys. Baseball night in the Ozarks, 6 o'clock. You take on the Springfield Metropolitans, the Queens Derby.
During another Chiefs game.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, you get the Kansas City Chiefs will play plenty.
I thought it was going to ruin it.
No, I don't even watch football this time of year. You don't have to worry about me spoiling anything. I know very little. But yeah, you only get 10 games out of the year, right, where you're guaranteed to get to play ball out here. Chiefs will be there for you throughout November, December, and January. So enjoy your baseball. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
I loved it today.
Thank you, Rance. And gosh, I'm just so happy playing with this guy right here.
Me too, baby.
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch today, and
Thanks,
that's the kind of ball game. That's kind of the reason why we do what we do. So congratulations on a big win. Joe Juarez, Tony Lewis, your Elite Promotions Elite Performer of the game. Moon City Mavericks are winners, 3-2. They defeat the Republic Locos. They put one into the win column. We're going to go ahead and shut down this stream, a little bit of a housekeeping procedure. We'll be back in a few minutes to bring you the Nixa Suckers and the Branson Showmen. That one's scheduled for a 6 p.m. first pitch on Baseball Night in the Ozarks. So for our executive producers, Harrison Waters, Derek Saiko, and Tony Lewis, for our director, Jacob House, and for my partner, Clay Odell, my name is Rance Berger, wishing you good afternoon from Ozark, Missouri.